Wow.
I'm not going to talk about basketball. Nothing's happened with our team in the last 6 hours. We're going to start the same way tonight. Any basketball questions don't matter. Since we left shoot-around, 14 children were killed 400 miles from here, and a teacher. And in the last 10 days, we've had elderly black people killed in a supermarket in Buffalo. We've had Asian churchgoers killed in Southern California, and now we have children murdered at school. When are we going to do something? I'm tired. I'm so tired of getting up here and offering condolences to the devastated families that are out there. I'm so tired of the, I'm sorry, I'm tired of the moments of silence. Enough. There's 50 senators right now who refuse to vote on H.R. 8, which is a background check rule that the House passed a couple of years ago. It's been sitting there for 2 years. And there's a reason they won't vote on it, to hold on to power. So I ask you, Mitch McConnell, I ask all of you senators who refuse to do anything about the violence and school shootings and supermarket shootings, I ask you, are you going to put your own desire for power ahead of the lives of our children and our elderly and our churchgoers? Because that's what it looks like. It's what we do every week. So I'm fed up. I've had enough. We're going to play the game tonight, but I want every person here, every person listening to this, to think about your own child or grandchild or mother or father or sister, brother. How would you feel if this happened to you today? We can't get numb to this. We can't sit here and just read about it and go, well, let's have a moment of silence. Yeah, go Dubs, you know. Come on, Mavs, let's go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go play a basketball game. And 50 senators in Washington are going to hold us hostage. Do you realize that 90% of Americans, regardless of political party, want background check, universal background check? 90% of us, we are being held hostage by 50 senators in Washington who refuse to even put it to a vote, despite what we, the American people, want. They won't vote on it because they want to hold on to their own power. It's pathetic. I've had enough.
It's ridiculous. You're going to bring up the Second Amendment where I have my right to have guns, and you're going to bring up something that was passed in 1780 and say that applies to today? That is absolutely absurd. And the other thing, Abbott, the governor, and again, I played right down the middle. Cruz, that senator. And how about the representative of that community that were in West San Antonio and West Texas? They all voted no on gun control deals in March. They voted no on it. And then Adam yesterday gives me this big deal about how we're heartbroken. Well, you had a chance to do something about it. You did nothing. And where are they going on Friday, half of them? To an NAR convention in Houston, Texas, for crying out loud. Houston, Texas. It's absolutely absurd. America, shape up, wake up, and do something. I don't care what it is, and yes, there are a million reasons why we have all these 18-year-old kids who feel disconnected and feel like they got to go out there and blow up a supermarket, a school, a movie theater in Colorado with armor on. They're disconnected. But I can't look at every computer. I can't look at every social media post. I can't look at every Instagram thing to see what these kids are thinking about. But what I can do, I can limit their ability to obtain weapons. That I can do. And I understand that gun companies in this country don't want that because they make a ton of money when they sell these assault weapons. So that company that stored Dick's Sporting Goods, wherever it was, in Texas, when they sold those 2 assault weapons to this kid a couple of weeks ago, you think they care? No, they don't. They don't care. They say they care, but they don't because they do nothing about it. And this is, listen, I live 20 minutes from Sandy Hook. I was there 5 days later. That is an absolute disgrace that in 9 years we have done nothing. Kurt's right. I got issues with Kurt with other issues. His China thing and everything, I could go on and on. But here he's 100% right. This does not happen in Europe, Japan, China. It does not happen. Israel. Name the country. It happens here. The United States of America. because you politicians, in this case, most of them Republicans, and the president, go out there and do something.
SFL Nation, what up, though? It's your man Eddie Gage coming back at y'all with another one. And I'm not trying to make a political statement or nothing like that, but what happened this week actually hit my team. Girl, one of my teammates, Dayton, has family down there who suffered through that tragedy. And then one of my homies on another team, his wife has a sister down there who dealt with that tragedy. So thoughts and prayers to anybody, you know, directly affected by all that nonsense down there. And hopefully we can get a grip on this, man, because it's really getting out of control. But other than that, I want to welcome y'all to episode number 33 of Say It With Your Chest tonight. And on the show today, we got a few people joining us, including Bob Funk, safety over there in Portland, who is now a free agent. He's going to come on and talk about his free agency status. Also got Pauly Truth, who was recently promoted and is out there in Seattle. And we also have Jacob coming on from Charleston. Going to talk about the state of Charleston and what they got going on over there. But before I get to all that, I also got what do you call it? What did I call it? A freestyle session on today, in which I'm gonna come on and talk about some stuff. And if you guys want to be a part of that, feel free to let me know. Send me a DM and I'll add you in. I already got, well, one person was gonna come on, but because of what happened, you know, he kind of backed out the last minute, and I respect that. So I got somebody to fill his shoes. Damon gonna come in and, you know, speak with me. He gonna join the show. If you want to join, whether it be on video or audio only, send me a DM and I'll more than happily add you on. Just let me know what's up and we can get right to it. But before I do all that, I do have a few questions people send me. Some of these questions y'all be sending me, man, y'all be wilding. But I'm not gonna get some of those, but some I will get on here. And I don't understand why you guys feel the need to send this to me anonymously, because they really don't even be that bad. But first question sent, again, these are all anonymous. They asked, why was Tyler claiming to be the winner of the Broadcaster of the Season award? There was no such vote for it that I saw on a recent ballot. And the reason you didn't see it was because it was not made public. It was actually awarded to him by the league, by Mike Daggs, I think it was, because of what we do. Every week we're evaluated, and they have moments of the season in which both the play-by-play announcer as well as the color announcer are called out for moments in which they feel they should be credited on. And you know, they acknowledge moments that they feel need to be brought up. And Tyler won that award, I believe 3 times, maybe it was 4, can't remember. And so he was awarded play-by-play commentator of the season because he had the most out of all the play-by-play guys. And then I subsequently won the award for color commentary. So that was not something he just made up. It was actually legit. So congratulations to Tyler on winning that award. And you know, that's what that was. So you didn't see about it, but it was something that was held internally within the broadcast team on the broadcast channel. So That's what it was. It's funny. I think about it because, I won that award and I wasn't even gonna broadcast games this past season because of stuff I had going on with moving and all that and some other stuff I had going on. But my locker room kind of encouraged me to do it anyway, so I did. I'm kind of glad I did because of that I was allowed to call a championship game, which is something I never thought that I'd be allowed to do, because I didn't personally think that my efforts and what I brought to the table was being appreciated. I would get DMs from people saying, "Hey man, great job. I hope you call all our games. I like what you do." But I didn't really think I was getting that from the broadcast team. So to get that from them and get that award and be able to call that game was a dream come true for me, because it's something I always wanted to do but didn't think I'd be able to. So yeah, that was legit. He did win that. So it wasn't nothing he made up. He actually won that award. Next question. Another anonymous question said, that Kendra Hall was just promoted to assistant GM last season. Why do you think she's a free agent? I don't know, bro. And honestly, I had her on 2 weeks ago, and then I had Andy on last week. That was a good time to ask that question then. So I don't know what the deal with that was. So you have to ask them next time you see him or talk to him or whatever. I don't know. I can speculate, but I'm not here to speculate, so I don't know why she's a free agent. Hit her up or hit Andy up and ask them. And the last question I'm going to get to, I'm not going to answer some of these other ones. Again, anonymously was sent in. They asked, what was the point of the Denver Nightwings announcing their 30-point cap, deduction penalty? So for you guys who do not know, they made a Twitter post because they are one of a couple of teams who did not fulfill their agreement with in terms of covering stats. We as owners have to make sure that we cover at least 6 games a season. They did not. We're deducted 5 points for each game we don't cover, and apparently they missed 6 games, so they were deducted 30 points off the cap. The cap is $1,800, so this season they'll only be allowed to spend $1,770 of it, if my math is right. And while 30 points may not seem like a lot, basically 5 points equates to about almost 1 high value animation. So imagine starting the season minus 6 of those, and that's what they're up against this season. And so why they decided to post that, I don't know. You have to ask him. I don't know if he was trying to get some light on the situation or what the case may be. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I couldn't tell you. Maybe they wanted, the free agents to be aware, hey, in case you guys looking for a max deal, I won't be able to get it to you maybe because X, Y, and Z. I don't know. Gotta ask him. And finally, USMC Sniper just posted in the show suggestions channel, does Eddie know where Vengeance will be hosted? First of all, I don't even know what that is. So I'm gonna need your help with that. What up, Max Knight? I see you, bro. Thanks for coming on today, man. I don't even know what that is, so you're gonna have to give me a hand with that, man. What is Vengeance? Is that a TV show? What is that? He typing right now. Do I know where Vengeance will be hosted? What is Vengeance, bro? I don't even know. He typing, so everyone is hosting Vengeance. What is it? I don't know. Long story, man, from Gen Chat last night. Oh, yeah, see, I got to get in Gen Chat more often, bro. I don't be in there that much these days, man. So somebody can give me a rundown on what happened. I don't know. I missed it. And I guess that's Greg Soto. Bro, I don't know what happened. Y'all got to fill me in. Greg Soto laughing at me. What happened, man? Y'all got to fill me in on that. I don't know. But whatever he hosting, hey, let me know, man, so I can come, check it out, whatever it is. Y'all let me know, because I don't know Oh, he said Bob Funk can tell the story. Okay, when Bob come on. Matter of fact, Bob first, so I'll ask him here in a minute. But um, it was a WWE pay-per-view thing. Some player was talking about he wanted a team to host his make-believe wrestling thing. Whatever, bro. I don't know, man. I missed that, bro. I missed that conversation last night, man. I'm gonna have to get caught up to speed on that. But yo, without further ado, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and bring on my first guest. He is currently a free agent. Spent the first few seasons of his career in the Portland Fleet. Bob Funk, welcome to the show, man. What's going on, bro?
Hey Eddie, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm living the dream, man. Let me get your photo up here. There you go.
All right. So let me fill you in on the veterans.
Yeah, fill me in,
So
bro.
last night for about 7:30 to about 10 o'clock in Gen Chat,
Two and a half
we have
hours.
this. Oh, 2.5 hours, bro. 2.5 hours. It was me, Jack Wall, Connor Darien, and this guy Drecarius Sutton. He's a new guy, and he's got, I'm hosting this pay-per-view event for my wrestling. I want an SFL team to host it. I'm like, so, we're all having a good time, just fucking around, nominating different teams to host it, different owners, we're having a good time.
Oh.
It's just,
So he was just trying to get some a free plug in.
yeah, basically.
Oh, okay. Hey man.
So, that's the whole vengeance thing, and we still haven't figured out a city. He said Miami at the last night, but we're trying to get him to hold out for, Queen City, Denver, Vegas, something like that. We want him to get a nice city here.
Hey man, trying to get a plug, man. I ain't gonna knock him for it, bro.
Hey man, he was just going about it the wrong way, so we all had to have some fun with him.
Hey man, get him, man, get him. Sick the dogs on him.
We were having a good time. It seemed like he was having a good time along with us fucking with him, so it's what it is.
It's all good, man. But yo, man, this segment of the show is about you, bro. Bob Funk. For those who may not know, man, tell us, who is Bob Funk and how did you find the SFL, man?
I mean, like a lot of the season 15 rookies, I found it during COVID. Found it, it was about end of February, early in 2020, I found the league. I finally joined up beginning of March, so, I had a little bit of value going into that season 15 draft, so I ended up in Portland in the first round, and it's been a good 4 seasons there. It was just, this season was rough. It was rough, so I'm a free agent.
Well, they may not know who Bob Funk is, but I definitely know because in my first full season, I believe that was my first full season of coaching the offense. I had always done the defense before. We were getting ready to play you guys in Portland. And Ashley threw like 7 interceptions, bro, in that game. And I think you caught
I
like
had four of them.
Yeah.
I had four.
Yeah, you caught you caught 4 of them, and I remember Ashley jumping in my DM like, man, coach, what's going on, man? Did you not see this in film study? I'm like, what you want me to do, man? The man out here, he not dropping nothing, man. We threw 7 picks. Now we did win that game.
That was literally my best game ever.
Yeah.
I had 4 interceptions that game. That was one of those games. It's like a dream game.
Yeah, I put Bob Funk on the map. Did you make the All-Star game that season?
Oh, you cut out there. What was that?
I said, did you make the All-Star game that season?
I did make the All-Star game. That was my one All-Star appearance.
Yeah, you can probably
that season. That season I had 13 interceptions and 13 pass deflections.
Yeah, you can thank me for that, bro. You can thank me for that.
I can thank you for 4 of those.
Yeah, I helped you get you in the All-Star game.
Yes, you did, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, let's talk about your former team, Portland. Whenever I think of Portland, I think of a couple of things. One, I think of the radio show and all the things you guys done for the league. And I also think, now here go my man, Damon, finally hitting me up. join the VC in my server. Okay, I'm gonna see how hard of a time I'm gonna have getting him in here. Yo, if y'all got any questions for him, by the way, y'all go ahead and ask him in the question for guest segment. Now, by the way, you like you got somebody possibly pursuing you, dude, because I got a co-owner from Fort Worth, asking him, giving you a couple of questions. I'm gonna shoot you in a second. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and shoot them to you now. He wants to know now. Are you referring to his career goals in the SFL? What are your career goals in the SFL, dude? Because you got a owner in Fort Worth who wants to know.
I'm looking to be a player. I'm not a scout. I don't have the game. I don't have a computer. I do this league from my phone. So I'm a player only. I'm going to be there for your team. Let's see. Season 1 of the minors, I've never missed a progression. So you don't got to worry about that shit because I'm usually the first one in. But I'm a player. I have no other aspirations. I just want to be a player. I'm going to be there for your team. I'm going to be a solid support system, but I'm no scout. I'm no coach. I'm a player, and that's what I do in this league.
I can also vouch for Bob that he is one of the more active people in this league because he is dude on game day. You right there, man. You in Gen Chat. You on everybody's podcast coming in, talking to everybody. So I can tell you, if you want a guy who's gonna be active in your locker room, Bob is your man. Go holler at him. USMC Sniper wants to know where are you from?
I'm from Syracuse, New York, or just outside of Syracuse.
And Mike.
Here's the thing: is
go ahead.
He knows that.
Yeah.
USMC Sniper knows that because he's another Syracuse guy.
he just wanted to hear you say it because now he over there congratulating you.
yeah, that's right.
So the new.
Connor's a good guy. So you can't go against Connor.
The new GM over there in Canton. He wants to know, are you gonna bring the funk to your new team, bro?
Oh, for sure, I'm gonna bring the funk to the new team.
That's what's up, man. So you got a GM over here of Canton. You got a co-owner over in Fort Worth over here. Look like they might be battling for your services, man. So expect your DMs to possibly be blowing up.
There's lots of people battling for these services.
Hey, there you go. Let them know, man. Tell them you don't come. Tell them you don't come cheap, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I've talked to I think 11, 12 teams so far this offseason. I'm having a good time. I like being a free agent at the moment. So But once June 6th comes, we'll see where I end up. That's how it is, I'm gonna talk to anybody who wants to talk.
Hey,
and then I'm gonna choose the best situation.
I'm glad you said that because now I am going through and I'm pulling up the Portland page in the portal and I'm looking at your contract and I got a question for you, Bob. Are you looking for a max deal? Currently, your value is 67.21. That makes you a silver free safety. Are you looking for a max deal, or are you willing to take a pay cut for the right situation?
I'm trying to get the value I have. I cut all my animations this year to build my attributes.
I saw that.
I built those attributes for a reason. I'm trying to take advantage of those. So
I saw that. I was scrolling down and I say, oh man, Bob been in the league for a minute, but he don't have any animations. But then I looked. And I see that you pretty much maxed out everywhere except for run coverage. Man, first of all, you're the last line of defense, dog, so you need to get that run coverage up a little bit more than that, man. Because if you don't make that tackle, man, they off to the house.
That run coverage will come. But we got to just focus on what I have. And then we work on the run coverage. And we start getting animations after that.
Okay.
And I ain't trying to get no max contract. I'm just trying to move on. A good situation.
Oh no! Hold on. When I say max contract,
my player.
When I say max contract, I don't mean a max deal. I mean, are you trying to sign for the maximum value that you have now? in my opinion, 67.21 that's a steal. You know, so I think you should come in and say, hey, I'm not trying to have a single point taken off my contract. I want my
Believe me,
my player to be
I'm
signed at
not
67.
giving up fucking anything. I gave up animations the last couple of seasons to help the team because I'm a team player.
Okay.
But I ain't giving up attributes. I'll give up fucking animations every season if I got to.
All right.
I can get them back.
Right.
I ain't giving up fucking attribute points.
All right, that's what's up, man. Yo, another question from Fort Worth. They want to know what's your favorite memory of the SFL.
My favorite memory from the SFL?
Yep.
Probably my first career interception off Johnny Pickler.
Oh, that's a good one to get too, man. Off Johnny, okay.
That was my first career interception. So that's probably my favorite memory.
All right.
I mean, the 4 interception game against Ashley's I love, but my first career interception, you don't forget that.
Okay, I got you. Next question comes from Cameron Curtis. You know, he just came back to the league. He wants to know who would be your favorite quarterback in the SFL to pick off and why.
My favorite quarterback in the SFL.
To pick off.
To pick off.
Yes.
I mean, I love Johnny. Johnny's a great guy in everything, but for all his shit talking, he's the one you're happy to pick off.
Say it with your chest, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. There you go.
I mean, dude, I love Johnny. Johnny's a great guy, but for all the shit talking he does, he's got to be the favorite guy to pick off.
See, this is what I'm talking about right here. When you come on the show, be ready to answer questions. Say it with your chest, man. I don't want y'all coming in here. Well, you know,
I ain't gonna fucking sugarcoat nothing.
There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. If you're a free agent, man, and I need a safety, come holler at me, man. I'll find a spot for you. But that's what's up. Them the kind of answers I'm talking about. Don't come in here. Well, you know, everybody's on the team. Everybody across the league is cool. You know. If I get a pick off of so and so player A or player B, it really doesn't matter. I'm just here to have fun. No, I want you to say it with your chest. Yo, Johnny Pickler run his mouth too much. I love to get 3 picks off of him. Hopefully, I'll take 2 of them back to the house. Say it with your chest, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, man. Johnny's a great guy, and I love Johnny for all the shit he does. But I want to pick him off the most, and I'm gonna have a fun time no matter who I'm picking off. You know, Johnny's the one.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Yo, I don't know. Answer this question. I don't know why Mike R wants to know this, but he wants to know, will you be wrestling in Vengeance once the location is determined?
No, I'm not going to be wrestling in Vengeance. That was some fucking fun for last night, and it kind of carried over into tonight, but I had to leave Gen Chat for this, so I'm like, I got to drop this for a little while, but I'll come back if we're still talking about it later.
All right, that's what's up.
So, you know.
This question is from me, bro. Can we expect the Portland Radio podcast to resume next season?
I don't know if the Portland Radio podcast is coming back. That kind of depends on how Nelson's doing with his injuries.
Yeah.
From, that situation he had. So I can't really answer that. I hope it comes back because I loved hearing Nelson, KT, and Warner when all 3 of them were on. And even if it was just Nelson, I enjoyed that content. So I hope it comes back.
I do too, man. I liked tuning in to his show. I think it was on Fridays, and it was real cool. And hopefully he makes his way back, bro. So we'll see what happens. Next question also from me. So several Portland players have talked about how you guys are a family. I hear that all the time, man. It sounds like you guys got a wonderful locker room over there. Then you had Art Vanderlei leave this past season. He went to get a coaching opportunity over there in Florida. And even though he left, he still talks about Portland and how he loves and misses you guys. How hard was it to express to Portland that you would be, exercising your right to be a free agent this season?
Dude, I did not want to leave Portland. I'll be 100% honest. But I was at a point where I almost left the league.
Oh, wow.
And they needed to answer on whether I was going to come back or not. And I was like, because I can't answer this question yet, I'm going to say I'm not coming back because I wasn't having fun. I was kind of burnt out on the league. There was just, I don't know, there was just a lot of drama in Gen Chat and everything else. And I try to be a happy person in this league, and it's just like, it was bringing me down, and I was just like, I kind of want to step back. I'll do my progression. My subscription ran out week 7, and I almost just left the league then. But I'm like, nope. I committed to Portland for the season. I'm not going to be that guy that fucking leaves. So I renewed my subscription, my progressions every week. I stayed active in the locker room, but it was just not having fun, and I was ready to leave. So it was one of those situations. It was just like, I'm gonna do what I got to do, and what I feel. I'm gonna step back. I'll stay involved enough, but I need to step back for right now.
I can tell you that I have a few players on my team who basically avoid Gen Chat because they say they don't like the drama, so they just speak in our locker room and keep it there. I'm not involved in Gen Chat like I used to be, simply because since I started coaching both sides of the ball, it's just hard to find that kind of time. I pop in every now and then and say what's up. You can find me there in the off season, but like I said, I do have a number of players who just don't even go to Gen Chat. They just keep their conversations to the locker room or during games and stuff like that and leave it at that. And that way it doesn't sour their player experience. And I would recommend to you, if you continue to find yourself in that situation, I'm not telling you to stay out of Gen Chat. I'm just telling you maybe you might want to limit your activity in Gen Chat, and maybe that'll help you get over that.
Well, I mean, my problem I'm always in Gen Chat. I'm there. I may not always post in Gen Chat, but I'm always there to read through, and I'll make comments here and there, and I've been a little bit more active lately. But it was just like, the season was going so bad in Portland that our locker room kind of died for a couple of weeks. I would not died, but it was just, it was low. And it was like, it got to that point where we weren't doing our Friday Night Sims anymore, which hurt. And I know kind of why it happened, but it was just like, everybody was so down. We're here to have fun, and we're not having fun. I mean, even the first season in Portland, when we went 2-10, we had fun. We still had fun. Mm-hmm. This season, it literally brought the morale of the whole team down. Because we all thought we were going to do it so much better. And we were in a lot of the games this year. It's just a break here, a break there, we fucking lost. And it just sucked the fun out of, I feel like, the whole team. Like, I love those guys there. Those are some of the best guys in this league as far as I'm concerned. But we lost our fun this year as a team. And it just sucked the fun out of the league for me.
Yeah, I can get that, man. I remember back when I was just a player, whenever we would win games, man, our locker room would be jumping, man. Everybody was excited, It would practically be a party in there. And when we lost, it was kind of hard to take, and and now as a owner and a coach, we tend. I'm not saying that we feel it more, but we tend to take wins and losses harder, particularly the losses, because it's just hard to swallow, man, when you invest so much time and effort, putting in a game plan all week, And
Yeah.
I
mean, I could hear it, like, anytime I would talk with Jacob or Mal or Zeke, Olsen, the guys who were the leaders of our team, you just hear how hurt they were that we weren't doing what we thought we were going to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I cast no blame on those guys. They were fucking doing the best they could. Mm-hmm. It's just we weren't getting the results. And anybody that ever had any interest in Portland, believe me, that is a great group of guys. You will have fun there. But it's just this season, we just didn't meet our expectations, and we all fucking were miserable because we didn't meet our expectations. You know what I mean?
Imagine being 7-5 and going to the Final Four versus Florida and losing by a single touchdown, and then not even make the playoffs the next season. So yeah, I get it, bro.
Well, I mean, we were 6-6 last year and missed the playoffs by tiebreakers. So
yeah.
I that's why it was so hard this year, and just, I mean, I know you know why you got screwed. The Hans brothers fucking leaving you at the last day and you having to scramble for receivers. That's why you got screwed.
Yeah. I'm not gonna blame it solely on them, but it did hurt, bro. I'll tell you that.
I mean, that changed your offense.
It did. It did.
No offense to Connor and Ryan, they're great receivers, but they weren't built like the Hans brothers were, and you suffered because of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hopefully we can bounce back this season. But I got another question,
I think
man.
you will.
I got a question from another owner. Apparently everybody like your swag, man, because I got the owner of the Tulsa Desperados, Deion Hawkins. He wants to know, without saying where, have you committed to a team for season 19 yet?
Yes.
You have?
Have.
That's what's up, man. Well, congratulations, man. Well, don't be surprised if you get a few DMs from people saying, "Hey, man, you sure, man? The grass look real green over there, man, but it's a little bit green over here."
Anybody can DM me. It's just I'm gonna politely decline because I'm not going back on my word to the team I've committed to. I've had a great conversations with a lot of teams, but I'm happy with the choice I've made already.
That's what's up. Nathaniel Diggs, a free agent himself, former outside linebacker in his rookie season with the Queen City Corsairs, he wants to know, without you wanting to leave at one point, what are you looking for to give a team? Wait, what? I'll just read it as it says. Without him wanting to leave at one point, what is he looking for to give him that spark back in a new team? Okay, I got you. So with all that, you say you guys used to have a lot of fun, but you didn't have that fun and that motivation this season. What are you looking for to get that spark back, with your new team?
I mean, I kind of have my spark back because I know where I'm joining up. I'm joining up with some good people that I talk to, have fun with. So I think just the new locker room experience and just a change of scenery is going to be good. Nothing against Portland. I love them guys, but I'm just looking for a change of scenery at this point.
I got another question for you. Somebody just sent me a DM and said, "Hey, we hear your keyboard over there. Are you responding to DMs people are sending you in regards to free agency?"
Wait, what?
I got a DM.
What was that?
I got a DM from someone who wants to remain, unknown. He wants to know. He hears your keyboard over there. You're hitting the keystrokes over there on your keyboard. He wants to know, are you responding to DMs about your free agency?
I just want to say he's hearing your keyboard because I have a phone and there's no keyboard on a phone.
Maybe that's Damon then. I don't know. I'm going to have to find out because Damon got a loud ass keyboard too. Oh, Damon, if you got your OBS mic on, mute that, bro. I think he hearing Damon. My bad.
Okay. Because I don't have a keyboard. I don't have a computer, so...
Okay, cool.
Like I said earlier, I do this league from my phone.
Yeah, you did say that. All right. Last question from Nathaniel. Do you think Portland will turn it around next season, or do you think they need a couple more seasons to get things figured out?
I think they will. I think they're put a lot of work into the team in the last few weeks of the season, and we started to see a lot of differences going towards the end of the season. I mean, we started. I think it was Owen. I think we were 0-6 or 0-7 before we got our first win. I think we finished 3-9, or I think we finished 3-9. I forget. I'm drunk.
It's all good, bro. Hey, I got one more question. I got one more question for you though.
Okay.
So when you were a free agent, what kind of questions, if any, did you ask the teams who you were interviewing?
Asked kind of what the team was building around on their defense, whether I was going to be a starter, because, well, I don't really want to play a backup, or if I was going to, what they were trying to use me for in their defense. Was I trying to be a run stuffer? Was I trying to be that last line of defense as a ball hawk? What do you want me to be? Kind of my question.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Hold on. Oh, so your former owner of the team, Jacob, just said, "Tell Bob to clink his glass for me."
Oh, Bob, the what?
He said to clink your glass for me. A toast, basically. Yeah, he figured you was drinking.
You hear it? Oh, Jacob used to love the clinking of the glass on Friday Night Sims when we were doing our, He's like, well, Bob's drinking. We can hear the ice cubes in the glass clanking.
Yo, well, Jacob, you got me calling you Jacob now. Well, Bob, I appreciate you coming on, man. But before I let you go, man, is there anything you want to get off your chest, man?
Oh, what you cut out there, Eddie?
I said, is there anything you want to get off your chest?
The only thing I want to get off my chest is hopefully turn it around next season. I'll be rooting for you guys, but sorry I had to leave.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, Bob. It's been a pleasure, man. I didn't even expect the interview to go this long, man, but those questions kept pouring in, man. And hopefully my show don't go another 2.5 hours.
I'm kind of long-winded.
Hey, it's all good, bro. Like I say, I love when people come on and get stuff and say it with their chest, man. I wasn't expecting this many questions to come your way, but it sounds like you got some people who might be interested in your services. And I want to wish you good luck next season unless you playing against me.
Hey, I'm going to wish you good luck too, Eddie, unless I'm playing against you also, because, we all want to win.
No problem, man. No problem at all.
You have a great night, brother.
You too, bro. You too. All right, y'all. That was Bob Funk, former free safety of the Portland Fleet, now a free agent. He says he's already locked in with a team in mind. He's already made a verbal commitment. He says he's not going to go back on his word. Speaking of that, the mom want to get someone off his chest in regards to that. We'll see if he talks about it. But before we get to the mom, up next, you guys, I want to bring in my next guest, Pauly Truth, former tight end number 2 of the Florida Storm. He is now, he was a free agent. He has a job now, but he's going to talk about all that in a minute. Pauly Truth, welcome to the show, bro. How you doing tonight, man?
Doing well, Eddie. Appreciate you having me here.
Oh, no problem, man. I appreciate you coming on. So, let's talk about it, man. We're not going to even talk about how I tried recruiting you last season, but it didn't work out for a couple of legal matters. We're not going to bring that up. Instead, we're going to talk about you, man. Tell everybody out there, who is Pauly Truth, and how did you find the SFL?
Pauly Truth. My everyday, I sell cars, so I do that, and then I come home and work on music. I'm a musician / artist / producer, engineer. I do a little bit of all of that.
I heard you out there spitting on Ashley's show.
Yeah, Ashley had me on for that little battle. That was a fun show.
Yeah, I remember
cool
that.
to just perform. But how I found SFL, I honestly think one time I was at Buffalo Wild Wings, right? And I look up at the TV and I believe I saw SFL, but I didn't like stumble upon it until probably a few months after that. I was just scrolling through YouTube and it popped up, and now I'm here. But I was with my friends at Buffalo Wild Wings. I looked up at the screen. I was like, "What is that? Is that a simulation football league?" I was like, "Huh, I never thought of that." And then I didn't really like look into it, and then it just popped up out of nowhere one day.
So you join a league, man. You get on the Florida Storm, a winning franchise. Tell me, man, how's that locker room over there, man? I want to know.
That locker room is a good time. So I would like to say that I apologize to Florida Storm because I was not very active in the chat. Had some things going on outside of the league and kind of like drew me away from the league. So I wasn't that active, but I always had, and I would always peep in, and they're always lit for game days. I would just scroll past, see they got like 9 to 12 people in the game chat or in the voice chat during all the games. Everyone was always active in there, always BSing, having a good time. Yeah, I would say as far as locker room there, their locker rooms is pretty lit there.
That's what's up, man. I always wonder how people locker rooms different than mine. So when I get free agents, I always ask them what's the difference and what is it we can improve about our locker room. So I'm always
Yeah.
interested in getting different people's perspective coming from different places. But you a free agent. Well, you were a free agent. You weren't a free agent long, and so I want to know what was that process like? Did you seek them out, or did they call you? And talk about that promotion you just got.
So as far as like my free agency this season, so this is kind of like my first free agency, like actually having a bunch of couple or like probably 4 or 5 teams talk to me, and other than last season when I was almost flying out to Arizona, but I thought it was pretty cool because just having teams reach out to you to have you play for them, I just thought the whole process was cool. And as far as like how I ended up in Seattle, my guy Ethan, he hit me up the one day asking me what was going on, what I was thinking, and he kind of filled me in on what his plans were in Seattle and got me pretty pumped up about it. And next thing you know, he's posted on Twitter that I'm the new director of communications for the team. So it kind of like really all happened so fast. Like I didn't even expect it to happen on like a snap of a finger like that. So again, I didn't really have much time to talk to anyone about it, but I'm excited to be a member of the Nemesis and get started on some graphics for the team and try to make the Twitter page #1 SFL Twitter page in the league.
Uh-oh. Okay, that's what's up.
Uh-oh.
That's what's up, man. Hey, did you? I don't know if you just saw it, but Swole just gave you the side eye when you said that, man.
What's that?
Swole over there in Atlanta, he do their social media with Atlanta and with the minor leagues. He just gave you the side eye when you said that.
Yeah, Swole's a good dude. He's coach, and he was the first one to like show me the ropes when I was in Albuquerque on the Adams, and I actually ran the Adams page for a little bit. And again, just things popped up and kind of had to step away for a little bit. But yeah, Swole's a good dude. I appreciate him.
That's cool. Did you have any kind of relationship at all with Ethan prior to signing with them?
Yeah, Ethan was actually he was in that Adams locker room with us. He's always a cool dude to talk to. I always would ask him a bunch of questions. He would always help answer them, help me kind of navigate like first joining in the league. So, yeah, me and Ethan, he was kind of there day one with Sewell as well.
See, that's another one of the things I'm talking about. It's always good to have. I wish my team, we didn't have it at first when the minor leagues first kicked off, but now I got Jay Hayden down there, and I got Cliff Allen down there, it's an advantage of having eyes down there in the minor leagues. So when you want to recruit players, they already have a relationship with some of those
Yeah.
guys potentially. And I didn't have that the first couple of seasons, so I'm taking advantage of it now because I always got my eyes out there. But to have people who have a relationship with those guys is a bonus. So it sounds like Ethan had a relationship with you, which made him hiring you, knowing your skill set already and what you could bring to the table, an advantage because he didn't have to do much homework. Apparently, he already saw what you could do and saw what kind of product you can deliver, and it made an easy decision for him to hire you.
And it was because before I made the commitment, I was talking to a couple teams, and I was real close with two squads, and Florida was trying to keep me and have me stay, but I just I need to get that little promotion, get a tight end one spot, and show everyone what I'm about to do here this next season.
Everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people, are leaving teams. That's one of the things about having four expansion teams and the other teams who having all these overhauls with their franchise is that it gives people who might be a cornerback 3 or a tight end 2, maybe even a running back 2, an opportunity to be a starter somewhere else. And a lot of people are taking advantage of it. And just like Bob Funk just said when I interviewed him a few minutes ago, he wanted that opportunity to, he let it be known, hey, I want to be a starter. So what's my role going to be? And questions like that are always important to ask because you don't want to, make that verbal commitment, lock yourself down, and don't bother, reaching out to other people or pretty much ignoring their phone calls to you, only to find out when you sign that contract, hey, what do you mean I'm going to be, the slot corner or, the tight end 2? Wait a minute, this isn't what I was expecting. So that's why I asked him, what kind of questions do you ask? Because I saw his value. And on some teams, he may not be a starter, but he stripped himself of his animation because he's trying to work on this player build. And I give him a lot of kudos and a lot of respect for that because some people aren't willing to do that. They just want to keep their animations up and, they want to be here now rather than taking that time to sacrifice their animations and building their player up faster by being a bronze player. So kudos to him to that, and I'm glad guys like him and yourself ask those questions because you want, to try to elevate yourself if at all possible. But there's also opportunities where people they're willing to take pay cuts and do what they can. Like, for example, Jay Hayden, my tight end, too. We're doing some things this offseason with the cap, which I'll touch on later. He was like, hey, man, can I be an offensive lineman? Because, A, it'd be nice to have a fourth offensive lineman, but B, they're cheaper. But SFL rules don't, allow that to happen. So that kind of works both ways. So it's good to see people out there asking the right questions. And you want those guys to be educated, when entering free agency and get all that knowledge that they can. So kudos to you and those guys for that.
Appreciate it.
So what do you plan on doing in your new role with Seattle? What are some of your expectations? Did you set any, or did they give you any and say, hey, this is what we need out of you? Make sure you get this done. Did you set your own goals? How's it working out?
I heard like half the question, the other half cut out.
I gotta switch over. See, I bought, y'all can't see this, but I bought this doggone Shure mic right here. I keep forgetting to hook it up. I'm gonna get it hooked up. So I'm using this other mic right now, but I'm gonna get it going for the next show. I promise y'all that. But I want to know, what are your expectations with your role? Did they give you any expectations, or did you set your own goals? What's going on with that?
So when I was talking to Ethan, he mentioned he was looking for a DOC, and again, I'm still a little new to the league, still trying to like figure out all the ins and outs of everything. But I told him, I was like, what are you expecting? So he kind of told me what he was looking for, and I was like, I can do that. So I asked him, I said, hey, can you send me over some of the logos? So I just wanted to try and mess around, make like a template up like for game days, and I threw together a little template real fast, and it was real easy. I think the Nemesis branding's one of the strongest in the league, so excited to be on the Nemesis and get some graphics going. once I start to figure out how to get all these rosters in my emulator, I'll be able to get some like screenshots of players and start to do some more editing and things like that. So mainly when I spoke with Ethan, he just wanted me to just provide some content and make some graphics. So that's what I'm here to do. Just try and give some content to the league to, like I said before, make Seattle the most lit in the league.
Man, I got a question coming from you from Nathaniel Diggs. This dude gonna be somebody GM one day. He over here asking all the smart questions. He said, working with music, can we expect some custom beats for Seattle promos next season?
Oh, for sure. Give me a couple days, and I'll get some hype tracks going. Uh, Cam actually messaged me a while back whenever
Uh-oh.
I released my album,
Uh-huh.
and he was saying something about like putting something together like for like Sunday nights or something. So if I can get that going, I think that'd be pretty cool. But to answer Nathaniel, oh yeah, we're gonna have a whole Seattle hype track.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, hey, man, I don't want to cut this interview short, but your man Bob, he made this show a lot longer than I anticipated being. But before I let you go, man, is there anything else you want to get off your?
What's
Yo,
that?
hold on.
You cut out.
I do got one more question. My bad.
Sure.
So, Ethan Kai, the owner of Seattle, he been kind of going back and forth with one of the co-owners over there in Canton, man, Kristen. Is that beef kind of personal, man? Do you know about it, man? Because they've been kind of going back and forth heavy,
Beef
man.
with who?
With the co-owner of Canton.
Ethan was talking a little bit about it. It's all like friendly beef. They just been going back and forth, but I don't know. I don't know if it's anything that serious, but all I know is whenever we play, I'm sure it'll be an interesting game to watch. They're going at. I live for the trash talk, so
Okay.
I love seeing everyone get hype in the chat, talk a little smack. But I don't know. Yeah, as far as their relationship, I'm not too aware of what's going on with them, but that's just my take on it.
It's all good, man. Anything you want to get off your chest, man, before I let you go?
Check out all my music on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube,
Post a
LimeWire,
link, man.
whatever you're thinking, whatever you use. It's Pauly space J. My last album was Time Goes On, so check me out. I got some fire tracks coming, or fire tracks on that. I got a bunch I'm about to start releasing off the vault, so stay tuned for all of that and go Nemesis.
Hey, man, I'm trying to give you a free plug, man. So when you get the opportunity, post some links in the chat, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's what's up, man. Well,
I
hey,
appreciate
man.
you.
Appreciate you for coming on, bro. Hey, y'all.
Absolutely.
That was Pauly Truth over there in Seattle, and it sounds like Ethan Kai is happy to have him, man. I'm looking for big things come up out of him. I can't wait to see what kind of product he roll out, what kind of content he put out there. So gonna be real interesting, man. Yeah, he's right. Seattle does have some nice logos, man. So I can't wait to see what he does with that. But yo, we gonna keep the show moving, man. So my next guest, Jacob from Charleston, y'all, wants to come on and asked me to come on, and he gonna talk about they franchise and what they got going on over there. So without further ado, Jacob, what's going on, bro?
Going on, Eddie? Nothing much. Getting through the off season.
Yeah, man. We only got 2 months this off season, man. We normally get 3, but this off season, we only have 2, bro. So whatever work you got to do in that off season, you got to speed it up.
It's been wild trying to get these free agents to get a bit of a wriggle on. Usually you have a bit more time to sort of hash everything out, but we've recovered quite well. So
Yeah, we're going to get into that a little bit, man. We're going to get into that a little bit. So, let's start with this. So, first of all, I got to ask. So, Johnny Bravo sold his stake of ownership to Jacob Clear. right?
Yep.
And I'm just jumping straight into it, bro. 'Cause I wanted to ask this last week, but he couldn't come on. And was he not the DC in Charleston before?
Before, like, when he took over the team as owner, or was it?
At one
I'm
point,
just trying to.
at one point he was the DC, correct?
Yes, in the first season of the takeover, he was the DC. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys had a wonderful season in terms of the defense. He did a lot of good things. And he just sold his share of it and went on to become the DC over in Minnesota. And I want to put you on the spot, man, but you know the name of this show, man. So I got to ask, what would make him sell his half of the team, his half of ownership from Charleston and take a demotion to go down and be the DC in Minnesota?
That's a good question, and I think I'll answer it as best I can based on off of what I know. So he had the first season where he was coaching defense. Obviously, the league knows that was the main reason I was still getting my bearings with the offense because it was a new team to me, and I was also, it's the first time I've ever really had the keys to um, a major league playbook. So most games we played, he was holding top teams under 20 points that season. It was ridiculous the way the defense was playing. We invested in it. It came off marvelously well. So after the season had finished, gotten through everything, the initial rollover was happening, and we knew when Alan sold the team was a bunch of players that were going to eventually, leave us and retire and whatever else. And he comes to me, I guess the best way of putting it was on the day that free agency opened. So it was basically the same time that, everything was starting to roll over. We basically missed out. There were a number of coaches that were processed through the off season that could have gotten, but he came to me too late and explained that his work situation had, his workload had basically doubled because he works on the railroads in his part of the world, so his workload was just crazy. So he couldn't do it anymore, and I understood at the time, and I knew that at that point that there was no one else within the organization who was going to do it, so it was just me, basically against the league. And at that moment, he had expressed that ownership wasn't for him, and that he wanted to try. I guess in that moment, it was so late in the off season, he wanted to do it at the time, and then just have his player there, and sort of have the ownership processed already. It was too late by that point, so we just said, well, look, we'll stick with it, and we'll work it out in the off season, which we did. But I knew in that moment that it was about a 90% chance after season 18 that we were going to get a changeover again. Now, I don't know because I don't think BJ was recruiting him at the time, because there was not even really a whiff expansion at the time. It was just a faint idea. But man, I tell you, I've been thinking about it. It's unfair that they have in the same expansion class 3 of the best recruiters in the league, with BJ, Michael, and Chad all getting teams. Even Ethan's got a heap of connections with him. So it's been one of those things. But man, BJ getting Johnny and get him to move away from team ownership, I don't know how he did it, but they're going to be a very good team with him at the helm. I don't know. I think it was just he wanted a change of scenery himself, and I think he just wanted to. He brought out the team, sort of do Alan a favor, and just to see how it would go, and it didn't work out the way he wanted it to. So that's the best way I can explain it. There was no real bad details in it or anything. He just wants to try something different.
That's what's up, man. Choosing to keep it in house, I respect that, man. Whatever happened, that was a crazy situation, and it's crazy because when I saw it, it was like, man, this isn't really even being talked about. But you don't see all too often people, saying, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and sell my portion of the team. I'm gonna go and be a DC somewhere else, and that's just something you don't see happen too often. I'm like, man, I don't know what the hell happened over there, but that is crazy. But you keeping it, keep that in your locker room. I can respect that, so I'm gonna move on from that. But you guys had a lot of promotions going on this off season. Johnny Bravo, like I said, he sold his portion of the team. Your fullback Terrell Sutherland, he's now the GM. Kentez, he's the director of player personnel. I think he's a great guy for that job because my time with him in Houston, he knew everything that's going on around with the league. If he was recruiting a guy, he could tell us, hey man, that's a good guy, or stay away from that guy because he'll be a cancer. So I thought that was a great hire for him. Mike O'Neal, who was your scout, is now your defensive coordinator. Your defensive tackle, Robert Cherry, he's now your assistant GM. Eric Hammer, who you guys just got from Florida, is now your assistant head coach. And then Sam Blotner, who is also kind of relatively new, he's now the director of communications. But I got to ask you, bro. So you got a lot of people on the team wearing a lot of hats. And when I thought about that, I thought about both London and now recently Lone Star, who got like about 40% of the team in the front office. So my first question is, like I said, I like that hire with Kentez being your director of player personnel. But I know Sam, is he also involved with like your social media? Is he going to be involved with the social media content too?
You're cutting off a bit, Eddie. Couldn't quite catch the end of that.
Bro, I swear to God, I'm going to get this mic swapped over before the next show. So, Sam Blotner, is he also going to be handling your social media?
You cut off again, but I think you're asking if he's involved in the social media,
Correct.
I believe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Well, look, one of our biggest loss besides Johnny this offseason was Corey Manor, and we knew that if Mike St. Green ever got ownership, that he was gone, and that was the only time. It was the only instance in which we would lose him. That was the word we got. So we, understood that as soon as we got word that Mike St. Green was getting ownership, coincidentally with your next guest, and we knew we had to replace him, and it wasn't the most comfortable situation because we didn't have anyone who really jumped out. But Jack's very close with Sam. The main reason why we drafted Sam was because he's close friends with Jack, so that it all sort of lined up. So he is going to take charge on it, and Jack's sort of just going to assist him. But he's already begun making graphics, and we've also got it's sort of him that's like sort of taking it from front on, and we've got guys like Eric Hammer and Mike O'Neal have also got some experience with making social media content as well. So we've got plenty of hands in there to try and offset the loss of Corey in that department.
Okay. Well, I've always said that having help in the locker room in the front office is a good thing, and apparently you guys got a lot of help over there. So Charleston took a lot of positive steps in the past couple of seasons. You guys, for the first time ever, won a division. You guys made the playoffs 2 consecutive seasons, something I don't think Allen had ever done before. So, like, you guys going in the right direction. But you guys lost a lot of pieces, man. You lost both Buchanan Simons and Jay Taylor, your wide receiving core. Your tight end, Larry DaVinci, decided to test free agency. Chris Joseph and Joseph Saboka, on your D line, and Corey Manor, like you said, he went to Houston, and you're right. Once Mike St. Green got that co-ownership, you knew he was out the door because he's gonna, like I said in the previous show, he went to play with his daddy. But so you can't help that. But man, bro, always, you know, it's hard for me trying to find, two free agents. So I can't imagine what you guys are going through. But how is free agency going for you guys? You don't have to dabble too much into it, but how is free agency going for you
It's
guys
a
so
good
far?
question, and it's part of the reason why we brought in so many faces into general manager positions and recruitment positions was because we knew we were going to have to reshape the roster. Obviously, we've lost both best starting corners are gone, all three receivers are gone, starting tight ends gone. Lost two starting defensive linemen, they're gone. One linebacker gone, and a free safety gone. Our starting free safety also left. So we've gone through, and we did the rounds. And in retrospect, it felt like we were struggling in free agency because we just had so many people knock us back for multiple reasons. But the crazy thing is we've got prepared for when free agency happens. We've got 9 people all ready to sign that dotted line, and we're going to completely avoid the draft. We will have a full roster come into free agency.
Well, it sounds like the people you put to work over there promoting, man, did a great job, fulfilling that roster, man. And man,
It's been something else. You know, I've done a lot of it, but I've also had a lot of people behind and talking to people, making connections, etc. And we've been able to recruit some really good people into the organisation who we feel are going to be here for a while and will contribute on and off the field. Just continuing to try and build up that locker room culture we had last season and continue to add people who we feel, are going to be a huge benefit to us.
so I got a couple more questions for you, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mm.
So, how much of those free agents and retirees do you think are due to the fact that perhaps their friend Allen is no longer the owner of the team?
So we know that Ken McCarro, our number one wide receiver, he was part of the TD Drew and Jack Hoffman package. So they were all tied to Allen. So those are 100%. It's down to the fact that Allen left the organisation. Luke Da Vinci, we don't really know the circumstances behind, so it's just one of those things. And I'm assuming I think he wanted more production or something along those lines, so that was the reasoning behind that. We have reason to believe that Jay Taylor leaving was part of it was an offset of Johnny Bravo leaving. Whether or not he's going to follow Johnny Bravo or not, I don't know. But that's another thing. Buchanan Simons had a connection to a team for quite some time and has chosen to exercise the right to move to said team this off-season. That's not an Allen one. Sabalka, we don't know. Joseph was just a band-aid replacement because we needed someone with value. He's going to another team. We don't know. And Josh Reese is not. He was part of the Allen cohort, but it wasn't. It was more so just subscription prices in his case. So we had a few that left the team because of Allen selling off, but it was more so those key positions. It was more TD Drew and Macaro and Hoffman that were sort of the biggest losses that we had to recover from.
As you know, when I got the Scorpion season 14, the Hands brothers were free agents and they were pretty much a package deal. They were trying to go to the same team. And with me being an expansion team, one of the benefits of that was, when I got my team, I cut all but 3 players from OKC. Well, one was leaving anyway, but the rest of them I cut, and I kept 3 of them. But I had plenty of room, and so one of the benefits of having friends or relatives in that case is that you can sign them because you have room. But a detriment to it is the fact that if one leaves, the other one's probably going to follow them. So, it's a gift and a curse. So I know firsthand from that. But like you just said, with the fact that you guys have had so many guys to replace, and the fact that you have verbals on so many replacements speaks volumes on the work that you guys put in this offseason. If indeed, in fact, you guys don't have to draft a single player, that's an amazing feat, man. So congratulations to you and your squad and your front office for getting that in. What up, Sean? I see you, bro. What up, man? But yeah, that's an amazing feat.
I appreciate it, man. And look, on that note, it was something that Jack and I have agreed on, that it is a good feeling that we've got a roster full of people that aren't necessarily close friends of ours. Like perhaps the only instance of that is Sam Butler because he's tied to Jack, but neither of us are going anywhere anytime soon. We ideally there were some things that we'd like to do that we can't with the team, but it is what it is at the moment, and we're really happy with where we're at, and we're looking forward to, coming off the back of losing so many people and being right back in there and being competitive again. It's certainly something that we're all proud of as a front office group, and we're looking forward to getting stuck in again.
Jacob, I want to thank you for your patience, bro, waiting this long. Like I said, I wasn't anticipating the show going this long, but
no problem at all.
You did say you wanted to stick around. I don't know if you still do or not to adjust this talk about this freestyle session I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'll hang around. Sure.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate it, man, and I'll see you in a little bit. But before I bring him on, I got my guest. Actually, you don't have to leave. Actually, man, you can go ahead and stay right here because my next guest is gonna be a part of that freestyle session. So now I gotta go and fix y'all cameras, man. I'm doing this on the fly because I'm about to bring in your man over here. So give me 1 second while I get your camera together, bro. I gotta make us smaller, man. Where I'm at over here. Where's me? Where's me? Here I am. All right, y'all. I'm not an expert like Swole over here. So give me a minute while I get these cameras together. I'm gonna bring in my man. Damon, if you listening, bro, keep your OBS muted. And, damn, I just messed that up. And I'm gonna get you squared away right here. Where's your camera? There you go. There you go, bro. Hold on, player. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute your Discord, cause man, you had that keyboard was going overtime over there for a minute, player. But Damon, man, if you can hear me, what's going on, bro? Give me a mic check.
What's up, dude?
There you go, man. What's going on, player?
H-Town, what it do?
Oh man, I'm hanging in there, bro. I'm hanging in
Jacob,
there.
how's it going, buddy?
Going good, Demond. How's it going with you?
I'm doing
Long
great.
time no talk.
You know the funny thing is that it's dark as hell outside where I live. It's sunlight where it is, and I can see sunlight coming in where you at. Like,
Yeah, I've got the open window.
I live on the West Coast, man, so you know.
Yeah. Anyway, what's going, man? What you call me on this show for? What I'm here for?
Oh man, you just here to, hey man, I just want to do a little freestyle, man, and
Talk some stuff.
Yeah, man, you know what it is, man. I see you in the chat early, bro. You didn't waste no time, man.
Hey, say it with your chest, dog.
Hey.
Sometimes you gotta let stuff be known. There was an old song by Scarface says, "The ones who you think your friends really ain't your friends." You know what I'm saying?
Hey, my dad used to say, "Keep your enemies close and he flipped the script. He used to say, "Keep your enemies close and your friends even closer."
That's right.
So
that's extremely right there, man. Yeah.
But we gonna get right into it, man, cause I was not expecting this to go this long before I got to y'all, man. So it was some stuff I brought up. If anyone else wants to join the show, whether it be audio only, maybe even video, depending on how small I can make these cameras, let me know. Send me a DM. I can get y'all in here, and we gonna make it do what it do. We just gonna talk about a variety of topics. If there's something you guys want talked about, please don't put it in the Discord chat, cause I ain't gonna see it. That stuff be scrolling, man. And my producer, Swole, he multitasking, probably got his arm around a female and the other arm on the computer. So he ain't gonna see it either. So if you got something to send, if you wanna join or you got a question, send me a DM or put it in the chat and we gonna get this thing popping. And right on cue, Jack Brown, he ready to come in here and talk to. Come on, Jack, I let you in, man. You can come on audio only. And you can be involved in this conversation too. So there's some stuff that I really want to talk about. And I want to say I want y'all to say it with y'all chest, man. Don't hold back. Don't give me no. If you gonna give me political answers, man, do not even come in here. I want y'all to say it with y'all chest. Come in here and let me know what y'all really want to say. Not Dion just popping on. Dion, hop in the server, man, and join.
Nothing back.
Yeah, don't. If you come in here, Dion, don't come in here with these political answers, man. Just I want you to say it with your chest. And don't hold nothing back, bro. If you gonna give me these political answers, man, stay out there, man. You know it's
Dion
grown
coming
man
here
up
like a
here.
raging desperado.
Yeah. So first of all, Dion, thanks for joining the show. Same with you, Jack. Appreciate y'all coming on tonight, and we gonna hop right into the thick of things, y'all. So there's a few things I want to talk about, but if the listeners got anything they want to discuss, like I said, send me a DM or put it in the show channel section of the show, and we'll get right to it. Oh, Ray just said she want to join. Ray, hop in there. I'll be damn. Ray, hop in there. I ain't talked to her in a hot minute, man. You know, her and Jack been busy lately. I don't know if they trying to, add to the world or what, but Ray been a stranger lately.
I'm gonna participate too, Eddie.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, Ray, join. Oh, there go Ray right there. Let me go ahead and beam you up, Ray. And welcome to the show, Ray. What's going on? Oh my God! I don't know if I can fit all y'all in here, man. But now Terrell Sutherland want to join. I wasn't expecting this many people, man. But come on in here, Terrell, and we'll see how this work out, how long this gonna go. But we already an hour and 20 minutes in. But come on to the lobby, Terrell, and I'll beam you on up like Scotty. But we gonna go ahead. Like I said, if it's something y'all want to talk about, either put it in the show questions, or send it to me in a DM if you want to keep it anonymous. And, yo, if y'all not gonna say it with y'all chest again, if you're not gonna say it with your chest, stay out or don't comment. Those are the rules. All right.
That's what's up.
I said it with my chest all night.
Okay, yeah, you sure did, Bob. I appreciate it. So
Hey, I need some of that with Bob Funk drinking so I can go extra ham.
Yeah, there you go, Devon.
hey, Mark in the chat said that Cam is watching the show on the low, and he ready to give out a strike as soon as somebody say something out of pocket. but yo, it's the off season, so my strike will be over with by the time the regular season start, hopefully. But we gonna make it do what it do, y'all. So, hey, first I want to start off with recent events like the expansion teams. I want to ask y'all, which expansion team? Slow down, Demond. We're gonna get to you, bro. I already know what you want to talk about. but which expansion team out there do y'all think are leading the pack in terms of what they've done in the front office so far? And for those who are not up to speed, Indianapolis has in their front office, they got Adam Wiseman, formerly of Denver. He the head coach and a defensive coordinator. Colin Pierce is their OC. Their GM is Chris Britton, and their social media guy has yet to be announced. Minnesota has Axel Raven as the head coach and OC. The DC is Johnny Bravo, who they just got from Charleston. And the DOC, Director of Communications, and GM, they know who it is, but they don't want to announce it just yet. That's going to be announced later when free agency comes out. Seattle, headed by Ethan Kaiser, head coach and OC. The DC is Brady Clark. The GM is Jalen Wells. Pause right there. And the DOC is Pauly Truth. We just talked to him. He over there doing his thing. He ready to get the thing popping. And Canton has their GM, Mike All. The Director of Communications and Assistant GM is Cameron Curtis. And their coaches have not been announced yet. They want to leave. They want to wait until free agency to get that out too. So knowing all that information, y'all, who do y'all think right now is currently leading all the expansion teams in terms of front office?
I'll go first. I'll say Canton. I'll say Canton in Indianapolis.
Why? Why?
They because their staff has the most experience.
Okay.
If you look at Minneapolis, you got BJ. BJ's been around for a while. He's been at GM since season 12, and then he took a little hiatus or whatever. Ethan has quite a bit of experience or so, but he's like the only one on his staff that has front office experience. So I mean, other than that, I mean, I really don't see anybody up top, and Indianapolis. Really, I throw Indianapolis out front.
Okay. Anybody else?
I would put Indianapolis out front right now also.
Okay.
I'll say.
Ray says Canton. Why Canton, Ray?
Because I know with some of the players that are going to Canton, they're gonna have problems beating their cap, I think.
Okay, but we talking about just the front office though. We just talking about the front office. We're not talking about players.
Okay.
She said they can't make cap already.
I'm telling you, there's the players going there, and they have problems making their cap.
Okay.
Suffering from success. What can we say?
Yeah. What about you? What about you, Jack Brown? What you thinking?
I gotta give it to Minnesota personally. Like what they have been building so far. Obviously, those two owners, Axel and BJ. When I first heard it was gonna be them pairing off, I'm sure it was probably the same sort of idea that a lot of people heard back in season. I think it was 16 when BJ and I paired up. It was like, okay, this is a little bit of a weird thing, but the two particularly gel so well together, and they're bringing in guys into the fold. Obviously, Jay France, Johnny Bravo. With Johnny Bravo alone, their defense is going to be nasty next year. Because Johnny basically implants a lot of what Allen did defensively, and so they're going to have a lot.
You gotta have the players.
Well, yeah.
You gotta have the players.
Well, yeah. I'm aware.
Indianapolis,
and knowing who they're recruiting.
Indianapolis has Chad and
Wow.
Adam. Chad and Adam are very good coaches on their own. I mean, I feel like Indianapolis is way out in front at the moment.
Yeah. Gotta find it. But yeah, I mean, I totally understand what Jack was saying, but I would just throw out there that, I mean, I don't know who Indianapolis players are going to be. I mean, me personally, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter who the coach is, but you got to have the players with the potential and the value to execute what that coach is implementing into the playbook from week to week, because if you got a team that where you got a bunch of low value, especially on your defense, your team's not going to have much success that you previously had on a team that had high value. I mean, that's just from experience.
I understand that.
I had to draft eight rookies 2 seasons back to back, and that sucked. So, and they were all on the defensive side both seasons, So,
Dion. Who I don't know if you heard all that, Dion, but who do you think? Which expansion team do you think is leading the pack right now in terms of front office moves?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I had to plug up this headset. Shit, I like Minnesota, to be honest. I mean, Canton too. The thing about Canton is, I mean, I don't really know shit about the owners, so it's hard because I mean, I don't know how they work. But the people they bring it in is nice. But I like Minnesota myself personally. I mean, I'm kind of biased because I like France. I know what he's capable of, and Axel, since he been in the league, he been making things happen. So I have no concerns about them at all. So yeah, they will be my top two.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all who I'm going. I'm going to tell y'all why also. But I'm in agreement with a couple of you guys. I think Minnesota is leading the pack right now because, like someone else already alluded to, they got a great defensive coordinator. So if they get the players, they're going to be in games. But I'm not even talking about players right now. They got a great defensive coordinator with Johnny Bravo. He going to come in there, and if he gets the players that he's looking for, and some of them already know who they are, They gonna get pressure on the quarterback. They got some dogs out there who can cover. I don't know who their linebackers are yet, but they got some players over there that's gonna allow him to do some things he wants to do day one. Offensively, I don't know what they're doing over there, but that defense is gonna keep them in games. Axel, here's where I question. Okay, if Axel is the OC, we seen what he could do in Seattle. He's putting up points, but he had two well-played receivers. Both he had Liam Hammer and Gunnar Lewis. Liam Hammer was their number 2. He could be a number 1 on almost every other team in the SFL except Tulsa's.
Eddie, I'm gonna cut you off right there. As a wide receiver myself, let's back up a little bit.
Okay,
Liam Hammer yards came in garbage time. Okay. Let's be honest with that now.
Okay.
There's a bunch of backups on the field when Liam Hammer was getting those 70, 80-yard touchdown bombs.
Say it with your chest, dog. Hey, that's what this show all about, man. But
I'm just being honest, dude.
But hold on.
I mean,
the point I'm getting at is yes, you make a fair point. You make a very a valid argument. But the point I'm getting at is where my concern comes in is that we don't know who all he's bringing in on offense. We don't know what free agency picking up, what rookies he's drafting. And so he had a luxury over there that I don't know if he's going to be able to match that luxury offensively with his new team in Minnesota, because he's able to do things with that offense that he's going to learn real fast he can't quite do with Minnesota if he doesn't have that kind of talent.
Gotcha. Makes sense. I just wanted to throw that out there. You brought the name up, so.
Yeah. Now I don't know who they GM and all that is, and who's gonna be doing social media, but I tend to look at coaching because with the coaching, as much as ownership is great, but the coaching is what's gonna drive that team, because with wins comes what's somebody so used to say, fun is winning and winning is fun. I think they got a great DC. Actually, he doesn't have the experience yet on offense, but coaching, because that was only his first season. But I like what they did over there. But I also like the veteran team that Indy has in their front office. Chris Britton, he's young. He hasn't done it before, but I talked to him. That dude is hungry, man. But I'm also looking at their coaching. Adam, he did the defense over there in Denver. He learned a lot from Jeremy. And, you got Colin Pierce over there as the OC. He had some things going over there in Vegas, but they kind of butted heads, and that didn't quite work out for him. So I kind of like Indy too. So I got to give him their props. Ethan did a lot of things over there with helping you out in Houston. So he's learned a lot. He got access to my playbook. I'm sure he downloaded that bitch before he left. And and tell him, I bet you if he tell you he didn't, he lied. But hey, it is what it is. We gonna see how they work out for him. And Campton, I would say they probably last right now. Not saying it's a bad thing, but we just don't know what they're doing over there with their coaching staff yet. Mike Hall was a great gimmick. He's one of the better GMs in terms of the expansion team. So we're gonna see what kind of talent he brings in. But we just don't know who the coaches are yet. So we got to hold off on them. Mm-hmm. Y'all good on that convo? We can keep it moving, or y'all want to say something else?
Let's keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing. All right, yo. Let's talk about what I really want to talk about.
Go ahead.
This salary cap, bro.
Oh.
1,800. For y'all who may not know, what was the salary cap last season?
1,800.
1,800. So the cap didn't move at all. It stayed for the first time since I've been an owner. The cap did not move. But here's my problem. So when they first came out and said the cap was 1,800, I said, man, okay, the cap didn't move, but I didn't really sweat it right away. I'm like, all right, okay, it is what it is. But then when I started crunching the numbers together, I was quickly reminded of something, that we had an additional 5 weeks of progression last season times 23 players. So now you have 23 times 5, 23, 46, 92. That's 115 weeks of progression added on to the 12 that the 12 weeks we already had for each player. And so I found myself in a dilemma real quick, because I don't know how you guys handle it, but what I typically do is take the end of the season roster, look at our total cap, and I just start reducing animations to get to cap. And then what I have left over, I always leave a buffer so I can add some loyalty points onto whoever I feel might need it. Which for me this season, I wanted to give to my receivers, because they weren't what Donnie and James' hands were when I got them. So I promised them, I'm gonna give y'all some loyalty points should y'all return to the team. I'm gonna get y'all where y'all want to be. So now I'm facing the fact that I don't think I'm even going to be available to even use any loyalty points, because I just won't have it. The space just is not there, and I'm just in a serious dilemma about what I'm going to freaking do. And I'm starting the season off with a bunch of guys who won't either have animations who had them last season, and guys who are going to be stripped down to damn near bronze if they're not bronze by the time I'm done with the rest of them. So it's crazy, man, how the cap is affecting us. But I want to hear y'all thoughts.
It's affecting a lot of people. Us Houston personally, last season going into the season, we were under the cap, so it's not hurting us that much. I want to say we was probably 40 points underneath the cap, but it's crazy because as you stated, Eddie, that extra 5 weeks, man, that just put a strain hold on it, and not increasing the cap is just really ludicrous, if you ask me. Because how are you going to increase the number of progressions through the playoffs, but not increase the cap? I mean, I understand the reason as far as that was given to us. Well, we want an equal playing field, for the expansion teams, but if you want to get real technical with it, the NFL don't care about expansion teams having the best players on their team.
Talk to
You
them.
gotta, teams that throw players in the expansion draft.
Talk to 'em.
So you get what you was given, and then it comes down to the draft. Is dog big dog. Whoever gets the best player gets the best player in the draft for that certain position that's of a need or so. I think the league was really just too real timid on this one, and basically just looking out for the expansion team. So that they can be on an evil playing field. But I really dislike that, dude. I think the cap should have been increased across the board.
Nacho just said when Fort Worth and Portland were expansion teams, we didn't get that benefit. And Hacker said, preach, man. And I'm with you, man. 'Cause, expansion teams are expansion teams. They shouldn't be, they should expect to have those, those dog days, man, when they first get on the scene. Now I get Cam's trying to get parity and all that. But, bro, at the expense of everybody else, it would be one thing if the cap didn't move, if we didn't have those additional 5 weeks of progression.
Mike St. Green just asked a great question, Eddie. Should an expansion draft have been implemented? Every time we have an expansion, I always say that there should be an expansion draft, because when I came in season 6, we had an expansion draft. I think we only had 2 rounds, 3 rounds maybe, or whatever. Got a few players, onto the team, and that helped a little bit or whatever. But at the time, we were only using 11, 12 players at the time or so.
Right.
But and we didn't have value and stuff like we do now due to the player progression era. But yeah, I agree with Mike that an expansion draft should have been implemented or so. Whether there was some players that teams didn't have a desire to bring back, teams could say, hey, I'm going to put this player in the expansion draft. Another team, hey, I'm going to put these 2 guys in or whatever. And it could have been done like that or whatever, but dropping leaving the cap the same. No, my apologies for jumping in like that, though.
Oh, you are good, man.
Well, hey, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, as a player, I don't feel like there should be an expansion draft. Why do I have to be drafted to a team in the expansion when I was already on a team I liked?
Well, maybe not with veterans, Bob Funk. It could have been with guys down in the minors. They could have.
How was last time?
We have a draft. We have a draft for the minors.
Yeah.
We have a draft for the minors.
Are we talking a pre-draft to the draft?
No, but how it was last time,
That's
you
what
had
expansion
to
draft
declare
is.
that you wanted to be in that draft.
Hey, y'all, let's try to answer one at a time because they can't hear all of us.
Yeah.
I was saying how it was last time. You had to, if a player wanted to go into that, they can declare themselves eligible. So it wouldn't be that you were forced into it. It would basically be saying that, hey, I want to go into this and be chosen out of those however many teams it was. So it wouldn't be like it was forced and they could just kind of pick whoever. They had a pool of players that already agreed to be in that draft and be able to be picked by whoever.
Yeah, it was basically like a special signing period that expansion teams were granted. But that was only done because there was originally going to be a proper expansion draft. It's just no one signed up for it. I think only 2 or 3 guys declared for it.
That many people. I don't think we would have that problem now.
Yeah. I think the only notable signing come out of that was Robert Redford going to Vegas. I don't really remember anything else coming out of the season 11 expansion. I think it's just called a signing period or special signing period or whatever.
Okay, so I mean, if it's something you opt into, I can understand an expansion draft. But if you're on a team you like, I don't like being all right. I'm now cast into the expansion draft because whatever.
Yeah, at that
And
point, you
even-
basically just get thrown to the winds of fate.
Exactly.
I mean, I was basically when I mentioned that, when I made that comment, I was going off of what the NFL does. That's how the NFL do it. You know, I'm not saying that.
I understand where
But
you're coming from.
I was given a blueprint as far as how the expansion draft is done. You know, teams. You go back when the Houston Texans came in. You know, there were teams like.
I got where you're coming from. It's just it's one of those as a player. It's like, really, my owner doesn't like me, so now I'm gone. But
It doesn't mean that the owner doesn't like you. You know, I mean, I released the player.
Come on. I get where you're coming from. It's one of those. You're one of the lower value players, and he's expendable. So
Shoot, I keep a low value.
it's not that he doesn't like you. I get where you're coming from. I'm not trying to say it that. I'm not trying to be an asshole about this. I'm just trying to say that I understand where you're coming from out of this.
Gotcha.
I'll say this, right? Just to move it away from the talk of expansion draft just for a second, is I think the way it should be looked at is when you're talking about, off-season cap and whatever else. Teams that win the off-seasons are teams that retain their roster. You should always be looking to reward retention over, like we're bringing in a heap of free agents, but we have not by any means won the off-season because we are going to have to completely retool everything. So, we haven't won, and these teams that are going to be bringing back all their players, those are the teams that should be winning and should be ahead because they've got something built there and it's working, right? So to halt the cap at the same number it was last season it's not necessarily hurting, it is in a sense hurting these teams that are retaining their roster, but it's also
it's hurting all the teams that retain their rosters.
It's hurting, but it's also helping teams that have lost
You
a bunch
built
of
those
players.
progressions through the whole season. You're retaining your players. You built that progression the whole season. Now because there's 4 expansion teams, you're fucking penalized by there's no salary cap increase. I think the league did this wrong.
But also, in a sense, it does hurt players in a sense as well because some of these guys are going to build up enough their animation.
Players that are trying to. It hurts those players that are trying to resign.
Yeah.
Now they're going to have to give up way more than they should have. I understand giving up a little bit each season, but every player now that is trying to resign and stay on the same team, they're giving up a lot. They're giving up almost 17 weeks of progression. A lot of these teams were already maxed out at cap starting season 18.
Well, you look at, I think it was discussed in a VC, I'll let you go in a second to mine, but it was discussed in a separate VC where we were going about how some of these teams are just so far over the 1800. I think LA and Jacksonville are both at least 200 points of when they finish the season over the cap, or over the 1800s, I suppose. And you can do the math on it if you weigh it as each high-value animation's worth 5 points. You do the math on how much value each team's going to have to cut back in order to get back to 1800. That grant, obviously you're always going to do that, but perhaps it could have been a little bit
differently.
less.
Some teams built the animations. Some teams actually built their players' attributes. When you're building your players' attributes, you still have to cut back their attributes because they built that up.
Well, it depends. I mean, I guess, but any player that built up their attributes over a season isn't going to lose them. It's the gold players that started at gold and really just had to go for animations from week 1. Those are the players that are being hurt. Because if you built up attributes over the season, realistically, you're not going to lose them unless the team has to shave a couple to get under the 1800.
All right. I guess I get where you come from.
Yeah, it's also hurting teams who are recruiting as well because you got these free agents that wants to come in and keep that value that they have progressed, throughout the season, and that's one of the first questions that we've received. Are you going to cut in my value? What's the value you're going to bring me in at? Or whatever. So that's something that should have been taken into consideration as well. And as people were saying in the chats, why do I have to, cut my progression that I've did all season long? And then there was another comment that said, well, you pay to play, not to progress, but actually you're doing both, so. Yeah. And so it's like, you don't want to be paying your money and then you got to lose your value at the end of the season, And to be honest with you, man, as an owner, it hurts to cut that value of a player, because that player has basically been on time, making their progression, getting that stuff in, and the player doesn't want to cut that have that value cut from them, man. It's I don't know. I just really don't have anything else to say on it, but other than
No,
that.
but Eddie, I will say, last year the cap increased because we got 3 more players on each roster.
Yeah, that is true.
This year, nothing changed with our roster. So,
Did it increase season 17 also?
but there was a reason why.
What was the
Nothing
reason?
changed in season 17. I don't remember.
If I recall, it did increase season 17. I mean, the only reason it increased season.
I thought it did.
I mean,
increase
as far as I know, it's went up. I've been in the league since season 15. I think it went up 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 it didn't.
And it's still increased every single season.
Yeah.
Some seasons was not a lot; it was just small. But
Yeah,
it's the first
it's
time
went
it
up
hasn't
every
moved
year.
at all.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm actually glad it didn't move because I mean, shit, it's a part of it. You want to be an owner or GM, and you got to play with the rules that you dealt. So, it ain't. That's the thing about the SFL. Like, it's different from the NFL because a lot of it is simply just dealing with relationships and people. So, to be honest, I don't give a fuck what your value is. If I have to choose between someone who's helping a team or bringing everybody together, if you 100 value and or you're not doing anything and you 100 value versus this player that's a 70 value and they doing everything, keeping everybody happy and being a great locker room presence. If I had to choose between y'all, I'm gonna go with the 70 value because that brings more value and keeping retention and people on my team. So too many people look at numbers. So if you so worried about whether you a 90 contract or a 82 contract, then I ain't gonna be a team that you want to play for because that shit is irrelevant to me.
I'm gonna say this. That's easy for Dion to say when looking at his team. He ended the season with a total value of 1898. So that's a lot easier for you to swallow than it is a lot of these other teams. But I also say this. I'm with you. I also agree with your comment in regards to people who you want on, or desire on your team and the type of attitude they have in regards to their player. But I also say, like for example, with Arizona, once we got the cap total, and I realized that 1,800 was going to be a crunch for us with those additional 140 some odd weeks of progression. I told the team, a couple of times, I said, "Hey, man, I'm sitting here working on on this salary cap for next season, and this is going to be a crunch." And for those who intend on keeping X amount of animations or attributes or whatever, I'm gonna tell you right now, this ain't the place for you because I'm not gonna be able to keep you. I'm doing the math right now, and I'll just go ahead and say with my chest, there are only, I believe, as it stands right now, 3 people on a team who's gonna be able to keep 2 animations. Everyone else is gonna have either 1 or none. And I told everyone that, hey, this is where we stand. If this is if you plan on being a player who has X amount of animations, there's the door. Just let me know what you want to do because I literally can't afford to keep you as much as I would love to. So if that's your mindset, I respect it because again, like I tell them, everybody in my locker room, that's your player and you spending your hard-earned money. So if that's something you want, then I have to respect that, and I put a good word out there for you. But I literally cannot afford to keep you. So if that's what you want to do, I'm sorry it didn't work out for you, but you can't stay here because I can't afford you. And everyone respected that. No one's leaving, thank God, at least that I know of. And it is what it is.
Eddie,
What's up?
Sean Allen, please, because he has free agent in his name.
Okay, so for those who do not get it, Sean Allen is a free agent. It was not a casualty cap move or anything like that. We had a feeling we were going to lose Mark Mello. And Mark Mello did stats for us since he's been here. and we had an inclination. He almost left a couple times before, but he always decided to stay. But this season, I had an inclination that he was going to finally leave because he wants to play in the snow and this and that. And you know, God bless him. He gave me 5 good seasons. And the season before, I drafted Tariano Rivera, our fullback. And there were 3 fullbacks, maybe 4, who had more value than him. But he was the only one that we interviewed who was either willing and or able to do stats. So I drafted him. But unfortunately, his job at the time did not offer him the flexibility to do stats on the weekends when I needed him to, because he was working doubles and this and that. He had a lot of stuff going on. Thankfully, since then, that has changed, but I can't put all my eggs in one basket assuming he's going to be available all the time. So I asked the locker room, hey, we need another guy to do stats just in case. He can't do it. And if I can't do it, because I'm at a baseball game, I work for the Diamondbacks. So if I can't do it, I need somebody to fill in. And if someone doesn't fill in, I'm going to have to replace one of you guys. Unfortunately for us, no one stepped up and was either willing or able to do that. So I went out there and found a free agent who would. You know, they said, hey, I hadn't done it before, but I'll be more than willing to try it if it means signing with you guys. Bet, that's what's up. They happen to play his position, and as a result, he was a cap casualty for it. I love Shaw when he was on the team. He a dog. I loved him. He only missed one progression.
But you just said nobody leaving though.
That was once I put that news out there that because of the cap, if you guys are anticipating having X amount of animations, I can't keep you. No one left.
All right.
But
yeah, you didn't specify, so I think that was what this question was saying.
Okay, yeah.
When nobody leaving there.
Yeah, we're all on the same boat. I mean, we ended the season with 2022 cap. We got cut over 200 points. So my team will have no animations either. Or very few.
For y'all.
But it is what it is. We're going to make it do what it do. We just got to survive those first several weeks of the season and just kind of hold the fort down, and if we can do that, I think we'll be all right. BJ wants to know if the playoff progression wasn't implemented. He's talking about those 5 additional weeks. Would the league be complaining about the cap staying at 1,800? First of all, I don't think the league's complaining. It's the owners and GMs who complaining. But I don't think I would, because, though you take those 5 weeks times 23 players, bro, that's a lot of value. I don't care how you shake it. So if it wasn't for those 5 additional weeks, I'd have looked at it, I'd have said it was unfortunate, but I'd have made it do what it do. But now with those 5 additional weeks times freaking 23 players, man, that's a lot of value, man, you got to cut.
It does help the teams in the playoffs. Those 5 weeks of progression, I think, if you get more animation.
Yes, it does help with that. But at the end of the day, does it really? Because it's not like you're at an advantage, because just like you progressing more, so is your opponent.
True.
All right, next subject.
We're gonna keep it moving. Ain't nothing gonna be done about it, so we just gotta work with it what we got, man. Free agency.
Let's talk about it.
Here go Demond. I know this why Demond came on the show.
Oh shit!
I got something to say about everything. I'm sorry. It's been one of them kind of weeks.
Hey, but before you touch on that, Demond, has anybody noticed that Xander Gold returned to the server?
Xander Gold? I don't need a quarterback.
I'm just saying. I just noticed he came back on the scene recently.
Yeah, I saw him in Gen Chat earlier today.
Yeah,
that ain't for me.
I might have an inkling about that.
Uh-oh.
But I'm keeping it to myself.
Yeah. We don't want to avoid a contract.
We don't avoid contracts, man.
We sure hit on.
Yeah.
All right, with the mind, but before we jump into this, man, I'll let you go ahead and get whatever you want to get off your chest, man. Go ahead.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into certain things that.
Oh no! Don't get into any specifics, man. I don't want.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna.
Say it with your chest.
No, he can't.
I just want to say this there. When it comes to free agencies, free agents need to look at it at it like high school recruiting, and this is what I tell people. Some of these free agents like to wait until the last minute to see what kind of offers they're gonna get from other teams and so forth. But they fail to realize that there are other players out there looking for the same position that they're looking for. You wait too long to get back with a team that you say that's in your top 2, top 3 teams to play for. Just believe that team is looking to fill that spot. But the longer you wait, you missing out on that spot. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't say, "Oh, I'm going to wait until free agency opens." Man, that's June 6th. You gonna wait that long? Before you make your decision? Okay, you go ahead and wait that long. I'm gonna go ahead and continue seeking, talent that I need to fill here on my team and so forth. So, I don't mind taking, a player that even has lower value than you do to save me some cap space, to bring in or whatever because I need to fill this spot. It's not that I'm looking for basically the first person that wants to come over, but I'm looking at your value, what you're gonna bring to the team, how you are in the locker room or whatever. And the owners, make sure, and owners, GMs, whoever is speaking to these players, make sure you have a verbal conversation with these people.
I'm gonna comment on that too. I'm gonna piggyback off of that.
Come
on. So a couple seasons ago, we had 2 players who we were trying to get to fill the same position. One of them was Sean Moore, who we eventually ended up signing. We were talking to him, and we were also talking to another gentleman, another player. And Sean Moore, we started talking to after we started talking to the other gentleman. And the only reason I started talking to him is because he was recommended to us by Albert Begin and someone else on the team. But at the time, I didn't really know him like that yet. Glad I got him. That dude is a dog, man. He one of the best players on the team in terms of, getting out there and being, vocal and all that. Love that dude. And but the other guy we was talking to first, he told us, "Hey, man, I'm enjoying my free agency," which I totally respect. I totally understand what he's saying. He was talking to us. I think 2 other teams, but at least one for sure. And I respect it. It's a process. You want to enjoy your free agency just like Garrison Blue doing right now. And I told him, I said, "Hey, man, listen, I get all that, but I also say this. Just like we talking to you, we'd be a fool to put all our eggs in one basket. We're talking to another individual as well. We love to have you, just like we love to have him, but don't make our decision easy by waiting too long. Now, I understand you want to talk to, all parties, and trust me when I say I get that, because as a free agent, you like to feel courted, and 2, you want to make sure you're making the right decision for yourself. So I totally get that. I'm just saying, don't be all day making that decision, because if I wait too long for you, the other gentleman may say, I'm tired of waiting on him. He make it seem like he don't really want me. I'm gonna go to this other team who is also talking to me. So I get both sides of the fence, and it's something you just got to wrestle with. But eventually, that guy ended up taking too long, and I said, "Hey, is there anything I can do or say or a question you can ask me that'll help make your decision easy?" He goes, "Actually, it just isn't. I just need to take my time." And at that point, I told Ashley and DJ Moses, I said, "Yo, we got to pull the trigger because I don't want to end up losing both of these guys. Because if he goes somewhere else, and I didn't wait too long, lost the other guy." It is what it is, and now I'm stuck. So I said, "Hey, man, I went and talked to Sean, said, Sean, you still want to come?" He said, "Hell yeah." So I signed Sean. Sean made that verbal, and I let the other guy know. I said, "Hey, man, no disrespect, but I could not wait any longer, and we got to make a move." In fact, I even told him that before we signed Sean. I said, "Hey, man, if you don't let us know something right now, we got to go. I'm not trying to pressure you, but I'm just letting you see how things from where I see them on my side of the fence and where I'm coming from." He said, "Eddie, I can't make a decision right now, but good luck with that." So I said, "Hey, Sean, the position is yours if you still want it, and that is what it is." So I understand both sides of that. So
who's the other player?
I ain't gonna say that, man. Come on now.
and pick back on that, Eddie. I think you and I have had a conversation about this also. Well, that when a player say that they're gonna test free agency at the end of the season, a lot of players like to say, "Well, can you hold my spot for me? And until I make my decision." Dude, I did that twice, and I got burnt on it. Sitting here holding a spot, not making a move, going after great value out in free agency, and I lose out. You know, and basically, I just basically just say I'm done with it. I'm not doing it no more. I had a player tell me that this season, hey, I'm going to test free agent. Can you hold my spot? No, I can't hold your spot. The same way that you're going to seek, opportunity somewhere else. I gotta fill this. I gotta fill this spot. I gotta fill this position. I can't just sit here and sit on this egg and wait for you to come back and hatch. Nah, I gotta bring somebody else in there, baby.
I'm disappointed in you, bro. I would have never thought you would have ever did that ever.
Oh,
I'm like, hell no.
Because you know what? Because I try to give the benefit of the doubt, thinking that the player's going to come back to me or whatever. And
No, I mean it could be a two-way street though. Like I mean, if somebody says to me, I'm like, cool, I understand, but I'm not holding up.
Yeah,
I'm not holding up what we got going on. I mean, by all means, if anybody want to leave, do your thing. But as soon as you let me know you got to leave, I got a responsibility to everybody else. We got to fill that spot. Fill that spot.
Yeah. And then, one of the players that asked the same thing, he came back before the spot was filled, and he was able to get his spot back. So,
I think I know one of the players that didn't fill his spot back.
I'm pretty sure you know.
Should I say it on my cast?
no.
The name of the show. That's what Eddie says. The name of the show.
You can't say what
He tell us to say it with his chest. He wouldn't say it with
you
his
can
chest.
say the player name, but you can't say where the player is going. We don't want any contracts for it.
No.
No, I thought he was
I'm
talking
pretty
about
sure this was a
previous.
season ago.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about a season ago? Oh, if it's a season ago, yeah, you can speak on that. I thought you were talking about this season.
So I'm pretty sure it was shit. Fuck. Quarterback went to St. Louis.
I know we didn't. Oh, I don't know what it is.
He talking about the defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
The corner who went to St. Louis.
Oh, Greg Armand? Nah. He gave me an ultimatum. His rookie season, he gonna tell me, well, since you can't pay me in money, how about you pay me in wins? You win the next two games. You beat Mexico City. I guarantee you, I come back for I come back for 2 seasons. And then he said, if you beat London, I guarantee you come back for 3 seasons. Man, get out of here with that bull crap, bro.
Yeah. That's the guy I'm talking about, Devon. That's the guy I was thinking about.
Yeah, I was like, nah, bro. You can go ahead and test free agent right now. I don't need that type of attitude around me.
Hey, Demond, yo, I want to see if you're gonna say it with your chest, dog. What else did he tell you? the reason why he was leaving.
That's what he told me.
No, it was something else he said.
That's the reason he told him. Because I heard that straight out of his
No.
I don't remember.
I'm gonna text it to you. I'm gonna see if you're gonna talk about it, dog.
Okay, text it to me. I'm waiting on it. Because I don't remember what he said.
Text me too. Nobody tell Dion anything. So text me too.
I know.
You're right. I do my own thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
He
go
said
ahead.
He wanted to play for a contender. Went to a team and he didn't make the playoffs.
Hey, tell the whole story, dog. Don't. He told you, hey man, I'm leaving, dog. I want to play for a proven. He said a proven winner.
And then on top of that, guess what happened? He won Defensive Rookie of the Year with us. I'm not bragging or anything like that. He won Defensive Rookie of the Year with Houston. He had a total of 9 interceptions at a cornerback position, which only averaged around about 5 or 6 interceptions a season. And when he moved, he only got 3 the next season. Ouch.
Yeah. Ralgar Law. That's his name.
Oh, fun gets fun.
Tell us all about a guy wanting to go to a winning culture.
Yeah, it's all good though, man.
I'll say this on the whole recruitment thing. Like, I'm aggressive in the sense that I won't sit back and wait for these things. Like, I don't expect. I'm not going to tell people how to do it, how to test free agency, etc. Because it's all individual. But I'm going to tell you exactly how I'm going to do it, and if the spot goes, it goes. And really, we're in a position where we're just going to say, look, the first person who can give us a solid commitment that we like, realistically, unless it's something that we just can't refuse that pops up, which didn't happen, we're just going to have to go with what we've got. Because we can't defer, really. We're not in a position to do that when we're chasing so many players. So.
Yep, that's it right there, Jacob.
Eddie, I already did that for you, dude.
I appreciate it. See, you doing a swole job over there. I appreciate it. Yo, so hey, so are y'all good on that? Because I want to know who y'all interested in talking. Who y'all interested to see where they go? The free agents. Y'all got anybody y'all try to figure out where you think they might sign at?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Who?
I gotta go with my boy OJ.
OJ Bruin.
Yeah, I've been.
Yeah.
After seeing what happened in Portland these past couple seasons, I gotta see where he end up now.
Where you think he going?
Because I know he can play.
Where you think he going?
I don't want to avoid nothing, but
No, I said think. I ain't say no.
To be honest, I know he ain't going for work. I know they ain't messing with him down there, but I gotta go with QCC if you want my honest opinion.
Okay.
Agreed.
I
Would be a
complete the
good signing for
trio
them
for
as well.
Charleston.
What about what y'all think? Where y'all think Evan Lacey going?
It's a hard one.
Was y'all shocked? Was y'all shocked he declared for free agency?
Yep.
I was shocked he
Kinda.
I thought he would be Lone Star for life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a DM from
I'm
Jacob.
going spring.
And I'm gonna say he signs with Seattle.
Bold prediction. Bold prediction.
I like it, but no.
It'd be a great signing if he goes to Seattle.
I'm gonna go
It would be.
Houston closer to his home. I'll go Houston.
Yeah, he's definitely a Texas man.
Yeah, he's a Texas
Could be
guy.
Houston.
I just don't remember where he lived. I thought
There's
he was
3
supposed to be
Texas
Houston.
teams.
He lives in I think he live in Houston, don't he?
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's why I'm thinking he's going Houston.
I will say, Damon's very quiet at the moment.
He surely is. That's a little suspect.
Sussy.
The mod camera just froze. I don't know what he got going on over there, but
He's talking about one of his imports.
He's calling on Cam,
Brad doesn't want
bro.
his smile seen, so we
We
all
got him. We got him.
get it.
where
You
y'all
got him, boys.
where y'all think Marcus Dunhill going?
Bournemouth.
Jesus. Oh,
King. I can see just with the brand and everything.
I mean, it would make sense since they're looking to get all these big splash guys, you know. And what's a bigger splash than, you know, arguably one of the biggest QB names in all of SFL history, you know?
Well, look, the only thing that I will say on that is that it would make perfect sense with it just being a Michael signing. I think that's the if he's going with Michael, then yes, I can see it. You know, if not,
I mean,
then
I
I
can
don't
see
know.
the Mike All signing, but I can see him more going towards either Seattle or Minnesota.
I think
No,
Oh,
Not Seattle.
no, not Seattle. Not for me.
Well, more Minnesota. I think him and Ethan have it, or what is it? Axel. I think him and Axel kind of have like.
See, I reckon
hey, with
Reno
Sanders
is
being
going to
back in the
Minnesota.
league, well, back in the server, I think BJ might be pulling something right there. Knowing how he get down the recruiting game.
Ooh, say that with your
I'm-
chest.
Like we all know BJ get down like that, bro.
I heard BJ do some things when it comes to recruiting, boy. He be doing some stuff.
What he be
Shit,
doing?
I
What,
gotta talk to him about
hey, what
stealing
he be
some
doing,
notes.
Damon? What he
What
be
you
doing?
say?
What he be doing?
I mean, it ain't my team involved in it, so I ain't gonna speak on it. So
Go ahead. Come on. No, man, no. You know what the name of the show is, dog. What is BJ over there doing, man?
oh, hey man, I heard he told Queen City he ain't gonna touch their players, but he went after players on the team who he was with for quite some time.
Uh-oh.
You know, I ain't saying no name on that team, but that's what I heard. You know,
Hey,
how you gonna say
I mean,
you spend a short
BJ gets
stint,
the
you spend a
team.
short stint in Queen
People
City
that been with him are gonna go with
because
him.
you got respect for the owner, but not the owner who, you know,
uh-oh.
bring you up.
Oh, hey.
Man, bump all that. It's fair game. You got 23 spots to fill. I'm going after you. go after whoever. Like shit. You
Okay.
Fair game.
You ain't trying to when you see him on the field, you ain't like that's my
Right
friend.
now, ain't no fair game.
It ain't that. It's the part. This is the part that it is. You say, okay, out of respect for this owner, I'm not gonna touch his players. But you spent some time with another team, but you go after that who you supposed to be buddies with, but you go after his people.
I'm gonna respond to that. I'm glad, I'm gonna respond to that. So BJ, he came to the league, was it season 11?
11 it was.
Yeah, season 11 in Houston. He followed me when I got the Scorpions in season 14. And then he went to Houston in season 17. No, I'm sorry, to Queen City.
Yeah.
Queen City in season 17. So he spent 2 seasons, a calendar year, in Queen City. And when he got his team, he told Eric Barkley, yo, out of respect for your organization, for you and your organization, I'm not going to touch none of your players. That's what he told him. But then he went out there and recruited, at least that I know of, 3 of mine. Now, like I tell BJ, anybody else, if you're gonna recruit, like I told AJ, because AJ kind of got upset at first. I said, AJ, listen, and BJ was right there in the voice chat with us. I said, hey, AJ, it's nothing personal. It's part of the gig. I get it. You know, people gonna come out to our players. It's like we're gonna come out to somebody else's players. I get it. Just like Dion told me once, hey man, I get it's part of the game. But when you tell this dude who you've been with for 2 seasons, yo fam, out of respect for your organization and who you are, and give me this opportunity, I'm not gonna touch none of your players. But then you go out there and recruit at least 3 of mine, and you've been with me 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and you go out there and recruit at least 3 of mine. So if you're saying out of respect for him, so basically you just saying fuck me then, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I get it's part of the game. But that statement right there rubbed me the wrong motherfucking way, dog. Bro, we grew up down the street from each other. You know, I could probably throw a damn rock. I could throw a damn rock from my house and hit yours with a golf club. But you go out there and recruit 3 of mine, dog. Come on, man. That's what we doing. I just said that's what's up, man. I hit Cam up and said, Cam, is that brother on my schedule in season 19? He ain't answer my question, bro, man. I ain't gonna never forget BJ told me that, dog, for as long as I'm living. Bro, we still cool, don't get me wrong, still got love for him. But when he told me out of respect for Eric, but fuck Gage, oh, fam, oh my God. But
he say bring him in the chat.
Eddie, if it makes you feel any better, I think the reason why he didn't target anybody from Queen City is because Eric barely has anybody left. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't give a shit about none of that, man. I don't give a shit about none of that. Matter of fact, BJ just popped in here. I'm finna throw him up here.
And Nate's on
gonna drag him quickly.
Oh shit! You know what?
It's gonna be like the ending scene from Braveheart. You know, you're just gonna pummel him.
You know what?
With everything.
It's not gonna be bringing him in here because I'm in my cap. So
you need me to
make doing that? Let me say something right quick.
Go ahead.
Somebody, man, why is it no love for the rookies? Like, people rather bring dudes back that been out of the league 1 or 2 years. It's guys like quarterbacks. Have the balls. Draft a fucking rookie quarterback. What is it? I don't understand.
Value.
Tell you what, because these minor league cats ain't progressing like that. Like a lot of these guys, they ain't like the guys coming out of my class or the class before that. They not good like that. Like, of course, the cream of the crop always gonna rise to the top. But this ain't the draft.
I mean, there's some value down there.
Draft to be like,
there's some value. There's some value in that hole.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. But once you get on down underneath the surface, underneath that cream, I'm thinking, maybe I should go look at some of these retired guys over these guys. And of course, there's always going to be
all about the value, though. Damn the value.
Yeah,
like you can get one person that can change your whole franchise. Sooner or later, he gonna be. Ain't worry about people leaving. Like if you got a connection with that guy or girl, no matter what his value is, he could bring in a dude that's 100 value just for him being on your roster. So that's what I'm saying. Like people bring it back, they like, oh, like some of these guys literally aren't getting chances. Doug Brown, he was in the league 3 seasons. Nowhere in hell he should have been in the minor league that long. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and I told a season before, and I'm just using him as an example. I told him after the draft, like, man, if I thought you would have got drafted, I don't need a running back. I would have drafted your ass because I knew what he would bring to an organization. So just using him as an example, but there's so many guys, like I'm looking at it now, like they literally not gonna get chances just because it ain't no spots, especially with quarterbacks. So that's all I'm saying. Like, drop your nuts, sign a fucking rookie.
They'll make a great point because in season 16, when we lost Quintez due to the contract, his contract being void due to Twittergate, and we brought in E.T. King. And to be honest with you, I wish I never made that move. Nothing against King whatsoever. I've had conversations with King, great dude whatsoever, but he just wasn't active and a leader within the locker room of the team.
I said, go ahead.
And I mean, that's just being honest. I mean, the dude was quiet. He probably only spoke maybe 3 times the entire season. Out of 12 games, you only speak, with 12 weeks, you only speak 3 times or so, whatever. But going into a season 17 draft, now, back up. Before we brought on King, I had conversation with O.J. Bruin and another rookie before the season 16 draft that we thought about, selecting or so. And to be honest with you, I think I should have went through the draft and drafted OJ instead of bringing back E.T. King, because I believe that OJ would have been a whole lot more active. And he wanted to come to Houston. That was the thing there as well. That's what I look for in the draft, players that wants to come and play for my team, So, but going into the draft for season 17, we draft, everyone knows Dave Burr, who was, basically just revamped the organization inside the locker room when he came in. I mean, he was just high rolling when he came in. So, and Dion is right. There's some great guys down there in the minors, especially at the quarterback spot. They just need to be given an opportunity. And I think Xander Go's been gone for 2 seasons, so he's not going to have the same value he's had, right? He's been gone for 2 seasons, so he's got to start like at probably a base silver.
It's been at least 2.
It's been at least 2, but then he could be like a high bronze then. If he's been gone 2 seasons,
if he was a gold, then he'd be a silver. Because the first season you don't lose values. It's after the second. He gonna be a high silver. We'll see. So the animation's gonna be strapped. I mean, I can't speak on whatever team's making that call, but if that's the route they go, you may want to reevaluate that. So. Kendra want to know where y'all think Kendra Hall going, because she don't think she going to LSG.
She don't think she going to LSG?
She don't.
Ray, not Kendra.
Oh, my bad.
Wait a minute, she don't think.
I was about to say it's kind of weird she would name drop the one team that everyone's linking her with.
My bad. Ray want to know where everybody think Kendra's going, because she doesn't think Kendra's going to LSG.
Hell, who needs a number 3 or number 2? Yeah, the number
Queen
1.
City. Everybody going to Queen City for me.
Hey, all right. Let me go defend myself real quick. Out here. Let me defend myself.
Go ahead.
First, I'm gonna apologize to Eddie for how that came off. One, I apologize. I'm gonna say that off rip, because that wasn't fair to you or Demond or anybody else I've been associated with.
It wasn't my team.
But I'll get back to you later, Demond. I'm gonna get back to you later on how things came down. But Eddie, I will apologize for how I said that. But I'm gonna say this: all 3 of y'all faces that's on this panel, I done been in all y'all players' inbox, so it's fair game.
That's fine.
And including Barkley. Like I said, everybody fair game. Because I did say that to Eddie, and I apologize. Because it ain't no shot at Eddie. But I ended up in Eric players' inboxes too, because guess what? When I took off that Queen City green and put on this Minnesota green, baby, everybody was fair game. Everybody was fair game. If your mama got an inkling on changing teams, guess what?
come on to Minnesota, come play in the snow. Straight up. And because, Damon, don't let your boy slide over here. Because me and Eddie, we sure took a lot of your forefront when Arizona became a thing, man.
No, y'all didn't.
Chad Tackle came with us. Everett Garrison ended up with us.
Well, that's because everyone to test free agent.
Wyo came with us.
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, Eddie, speak on that shit.
Hold on, dog.
Hold
on. Wyo didn't come with us. Wyo came later. Wyo didn't come with us.
Wyo came later.
Yeah,
Wyo came later. But like I said, we came black guys too.
Y'all crazy.
we did this was a collective effort.
BJ, you my dude, man. You my dude. But
for life.
But when you said, bro, out of respect for Eric, after spending a calendar year with him, and you've been with me since season 11.
All right, cool. Right here on record. Fuck all that. That shit went out the window the minute I walked out that locker room. What was said, and I apologize.
Okay. I get, like I said, it's all fair game, but then don't say out of respect to Eric, because that's basically saying fuck me.
Fuck respect to Eric. I came out to his players too.
Yeah, but that's after some other dirty shit was did to you.
No, it was well before things were said about me.
BJ,
it was fair game.
BJ, we talked, bro. So you trying to say that was a lie too?
No, I'm not saying that was a lie.
Because me and you talk, BJ. Me and you talk, bro. Remember that?
I know.
Did you forget what you said?
No. I know what I said.
All right. So
said.
That was a lie too?
That shit all went out the window when I left there.
Right. So I'm saying what you told me that in that other conversation, that was a lie too.
BJ,
no. What?
What you eating?
Pizza rolls. But that's here nor there. But like I said, we did talk. I did say that. But even before the incident with me happened, I was already in that player inbox. So it was here nor there.
BJ, we cool, man, but I'm gonna have to agree to disagree. I'm gonna have to agree to disagree with you on that one. I don't mind you come out to my players, like I told AJ, because he took it personal. I said, AJ, it's a business. I get it. I don't have no problem with that at all. At the end of the day, we all on 1 season contracts. People are free to come and go. If they choose to go to you, that means they want to be with you more. They want to stay with us, and I respect that.
What?
I had no problem with that. My only problem was don't sit there and let me hear out of respect for Eric. I'm like, hold on, bro. You like literally just left here. The damn ink wasn't dry yet. So when you say respect Eric,
apologize. That's why I apologize, because I did say what I said, and it happened. But like I said, it all went out the window and shit, and I was still in his players' inboxes. So
it is what it is, bro.
It's all love to Damon, Eddie. So I don't know why I'm blanking on your name right now. Everybody in here, Jack, Clear, all y'all, man. It's all love.
Nah,
but it's business.
I didn't mind my players going to Arizona when they decided to test free agency at that time, but Eddie never made the statement to me. He's like, I ain't taking nobody. It's like, if somebody come to me, and say they want to join a team that they test a free agency, I was like, that's cool with me or whatever, I mean, then at the time, I knew that it happened when expansions happens, especially from within the team, that player or person becoming owner or whatever tends to have a following, and those followings end up, going that way. But yeah, so it happens.
And like I said, I'll apologize again to Eddie for how that came off and how I said it, because it's always love. I got love for Eddie like my brother. So, but at the end of the day, it's business. I fucks with Clear the long way, because Clear was gonna beat Paul's. Clear, if I would have got the Detroit bid, he was coming with me.
Yep.
So it's love.
Say it, Eddie.
So I mean,
Charleston today is basically what Detroit would have been.
if y'all didn't know that,
Yeah.
it's all love, man. It's all love.
It's like, you gonna share some of the pizza rolls?
I got a couple left. If anyone wants some, I ain't got no problem.
Shit. I don't send them down.
What type are they?
They gotta be the pepperoni, baby. Y'all know you hear the. I know y'all hear the shuffle.
I mean, if they ain't pepperoni, you're doing it wrong.
So he said,
other
if you
than
want to eat pizza rolls, go to Minnesota. But if you want to eat steak, come to Tulsa.
What do you say?
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The food in Minnesota is trash, but we ain't gonna go there.
Spoiled by Chicago, I see.
Hey,
I ain't never been there. It's too cold. I ain't never been up there.
Cam watching the show, and he say week 1, Arizona versus Minneapolis.
Let's do
Makes
it.
that the season opener. Forget Vice Wars.
Yeah.
Hey, competition, baby.
Next topic. Last one, unless somebody want to bring something up. These new divisions, division realignment and the divisions as they stand. And I'm gonna start with the new Central Division. So, what I do with that damn graphic? God dang. Oh, hold on, I got it down here some damn well. The Central Division, the new one. Y'all got Indy, Minnesota, Sioux Falls, and Tulsa. I got Dion in the building. I got BJ in the building. Chad Sunwell watching, and Sioux Falls is God knows where they at. But who y'all think got the upper hand, just based off what you know so far in this division?
What was your question?
I guess I'll start. Shit. Tulsa like a motherfucker.
Who y'all think got the upper hand? Why you think? Well, Dion, we already know what you gonna say.
You already know. But they just threw us. We just thrown in some Central. Like they just throw us in the division. We like right in the middle of everything, so we could fit in probably anywhere. So
Yeah, I'm more of the Midwest than anything.
Right.
I would say I have to agree with Dion. I gotta go with Tulsa because Sioux Falls lost their running back. You know, where they gonna go? That route or whatever. So that's the only reason why I don't say Sioux Falls and I say Tulsa. Tulsa's, from what I'm hearing from the streets, they bringing a boatload of their guys back, added some key additions to their squad over there.
where you hear that from?
Well, I hear what from?
We add pieces in the know.
I can't say. But I know there's a player that was on my team. Got a spot over there with you. So
Let me find out.
Come on now.
I'm actually hands off now. I got Marco Swift. He doing his thing, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're more than welcome because he was gonna get cut from me.
Hey, well, appreciate that.
Why you gonna cut him,
his
man?
cornerback just wasn't playing out, but he wanted to move.
Oh, that's on you. You're supposed to put him in place to succeed.
So he's just short as hell. He's short.
Hey, you drafted him.
No, his buddy drafted him, Ethan.
Oh, well, that's your fault.
His GM. Hey, come on now.
Oh shit, we really saying it with our chest tonight.
Yeah, man.
For real.
Dion ain't
I'm
holding.
take my pick back. I'm taking Minneapolis on this one.
I appreciate that.
Why you picking Minneapolis, Dion?
I'm taking Minneapolis too to come in second.
Oh, okay. Hey, Demar, why you picking Minneapolis to win the division?
I'm just messing with Dion, man. That's all.
Yeah, he know what it is. It's all good. There ain't no hard feelings with him. If anybody think anything else, then shit, it's whatever. But, I think Tulsa, just because we put in that work, you know what I'm saying, actually own the field. We always have good times in the off season, but we've been struggling the past few seasons to a good product on the field. So now we actually got the recipe now. But the thing that's tough about our division is that we got two new teams, so we simply don't know what they gonna have or what they gonna bring. So, but with the people that they bringing in, I know it's gonna be competitive. We probably be the most competitive, or the division is actually up in the air that can go all four ways because of how new it is. I mean, it's a brand new division. We traditionally haven't played Sioux Falls well. I think since I had the team, we maybe only played them 3 times. I think they beat us all 3 times. So they're gonna be tough no matter what who they bring in. So I mean, I hope they not. I hope everybody leave, they trick it off, so it'll be an easy win. Because I always take easy wins no matter what. So, but yeah.
Oh, ain't no easy wins over here. I don't know about the rest of them. Ain't no
Hey, you
easy
never
wins
know,
over here.
shit. Hey, shit, you never know. Somebody
Hey.
blow it up.
You right.
They 200 points on the cap. Like, damn, you can't throw a pass.
Right. But by the way, Dion, Jason says hello.
Yeah, that's my guy. I fucks with Jason.
So I'm gonna tell y'all.
Different circumstance. He still would have been a Tulsa player.
Like I told Chad, I think the Central Division is probably gonna be the closest one, and probably not decided until week 12 of all the teams, because it's a lot of unknowns in there. For one, we see Tulsa trying to, get back to the top. I need to see like 2 consecutive seasons of consistency out there before I say, they like completely back. But I think Tulsa,
facts.
They made some strides. They got. I'm glad they didn't give Douglas Brown the ball too much in week 1 when they played us. But they gave him the ball a lot more after, I think, week 3 on. He was like a workhorse over there. So I think they got some things figured out offensively, and their defense tend to get turnovers. So I think they're gonna be all right. With the veteran coaches that Indy has, I think they're gonna be all right. And Minnesota, they got a good defensive coordinator over there. So if nothing else, he's gonna keep them in games. And Axel was aggressive on offense, so they're gonna put up some points. We just got to see if they can keep those turnovers down, and they're going to be all right. And then you got Sioux Falls, who was just, they won our division. But like you say, they did lose GP Wells. So they got a lot of cap money to spend. I want to see if Colin, end up going back to Sioux Falls. If he goes somewhere else, we got to see what they're going to do with that running back position. But that division, more than any, I think is going to be the closest one all season. Y'all going to be beating each other up. We moving on?
Moving on.
All right, y'all. The North. Y'all got Canton, London, Queen City, and who was that damn 4th team? He got a damn SFL logo.
The V8.
St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
The V8 flag.
Yeah.
The V8 flag.
Yeah. So y'all got Detroit. Yo. So I think that division is God knows whose, man, because
that's a coin flip.
That's a coin flip because, well, I don't see Queen City winning it because they got a coach who trying to figure things out unless they making some more moves.
They're gonna be too young anyway.
Yeah, and they're gonna be young because it sounds like they're having a hard time recruiting players over there. I don't know if that's just smoke and mirrors, but it sounds like they got some things to get figured out over there with the coaching staff and with the players. So we don't know. Detroit, their defense is legit, and their offense is very efficient in the red zone, one of the best in the entire league, despite what people say about their offense. It's one of the most efficient in the red zone in the entire league, and the numbers prove it. London
and the most experienced coaching staff
right,
too. I think.
And the most experienced coaching staff. London lost Chad.
But Detroit lost their quarterback.
Yeah,
running back.
I think they'll get another quarterback though, because there's just too many of them out there.
Their top receiver.
And they
lost a lot.
And they lost Max Knight too. So.
And they lost their free safety. Detroit lost a lot
coin flip
in this.
Yeah. And then you got Canton, who we just don't know yet. So that division is like you said, a coin flip. I don't know what's gonna happen over there. Who knows? But I think as it stands right now, Detroit has the leg up if they can get a quarterback and a decent running back over there. And y'all disagree with that?
I mean,
quarterback and running back, that's pretty big need.
Yeah.
I mean, London still has Pickler's their quarterback.
Yeah, but who coaching them though? They lost their coach though, so who coaching them?
Well, that's what we're gonna find out.
Liam
Yeah.
back control the play or something?
As of right now, it's Liam.
Never mind. I changed
Damn.
Say it with your chest, bro.
I mean, what has Liam ever done as a coach?
Oh, damn! Say it with your chest, bro.
What
gonna send this clip to him tomorrow morning.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna clip that and send it to him.
But before
No,
Chad
no,
got
say
there,
it,
that
just,
fucking
man.
team sucked.
Oh damn, bro. Yeah.
Wait a minute. What did he say?
I'm sending that to Liam ASAP, bro. You can believe that.
Damn.
I don't give a shit.
I gotta get Bob on more of these shows, man. I gotta get Bob. Bob, I'm gonna have to check your availability, man. Make sure you're available every week, man.
I'll say this though. I'll just say this
Make
though.
it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely are making it fun. If that coaching staff in Canton can hit its stride, I think they should be able to win the North. Like, with the sort of team that, from what I understand, they might be putting together out there, Michael, he's this godsend of a GM. I don't know how. He just can make anything work, it seems. Obviously, with their coaching staff, if it works out well, which it could, it couldn't, then I'll actually pin Canton as a potential winner of the North. They're a real dark horse candidate in that division.
I'll piggyback that. Knowing what I know, I'm going to go Canton to win it. Then London will follow them. And then it'll be a tussle between Queen City and Motor City after that. I reckon Canton will take it.
Hey, Benji just said, I just clipped that. He's sending it to his owner right now. He about to start running the sim right now.
Oh, fuck.
And the first sim he gonna run is whatever team Bob Funk is headed to in free agency.
Well, we know where he's not going.
Well, I'll be Benji Madison, but fuck London.
Oh!
Yeah. Ouch!
Damn! Man, I hope Cam is listening and he put whatever team you go to on their schedule, bro. Because that's gonna be the game of the week right there.
Best show ever.
Get a few more drinks in this man, you'll hear his honest opinions about Portland.
I'm telling you.
Right? Whoa. My honest opinions about Portland. I love them fucking guys. Portland is great.
Benji,
I will never talk bad about Portland.
Hey, Benji said they running a sim right now. They about to they got y'all number wherever you headed.
Shit, man.
All right, but we gonna move on though. I'm gonna wrap this show up so I can get something to eat. Yo, we gonna head out to the East Coast, the East Division, y'all. Y'all got Atlanta coming off a down year in which their defense actually improved, but their offense took a tumble. Florida, who just lost their offensive coordinator, Ben Jackson. So we gonna see if Mighty gonna do the offense or if he gonna let Art Vanderlei do both sides of the ball. You got Jacksonville, who made the playoffs, and then you got Louisiana, who I think they won a division. Yeah, they won a division. Who y'all see in that division? Who y'all see coming out on top in the East Division?
I'll go first. I'm
one.
gonna go with Art Vanderlei in Portland and Florida. Art Vanderlei is a great coach, so I'm going with Florida.
So you would say that because he used to be on your team.
I do.
I'm gonna say that Atlanta makes a comeback and takes that
I'm
division.
with that.
That's what I'm going to. I'm
Atlanta.
going with Atlanta as well. Atlanta makes a comeback. Louisiana, they offense just couldn't really produce any points outside of the field goals. You got to put touchdowns up in this league. Especially when you make it deep into the playoffs. But that's the reason why I'm not selecting Louisiana, because their defense was hardcore this season. But I'm going with Atlanta on the comeback season. I agree with the other two guys.
Well, the Revolution have lost. They've kept their defense, which is a plus, but they have lost Colin Hart, so it's more than likely they won't be going back to that 2RB setup for the time being. But they also lost B.E. Robo and obviously Frank the Franchise Wade, so they've lost two of their key offensive passing pieces. So if they want to go and try and pass the ball a bit more, they've only got so much they can work with. Plus, they had a bronze third wide receiver last season that hasn't returned, so they've only got one. And one running back, so they're going to have to replace all those pieces, try and bring back Utah and bring him back into the fold. So I don't know what they're going to try and do, but that's how I picture it. But I think it's an arm wrestle between Atlanta and Florida to me, and I think Atlanta's going to, if Atlanta can get BDG back into true BDG form, I reckon they'll run away with that one.
Well, due to Louisiana losing B Robo, maybe that answer Rochelle's Colston's question. That's what Kendra Hall's going to Louisiana.
Possibly, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Could be.
I just thought about that low key though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a number one receiver spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
I can see her going there.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. We'll see. Yeah, because I don't think she's going to LSG either because.
She's not going to LSD.
Yeah, because she already
her
played
and Nate
with
have
her
already
husband one
talked
time.
about they don't want to play together.
She already played with her husband
Yeah,
once, so
yeah, that's
I
it.
don't think that has anything to do with it. But we'll see. I don't know. But as far as that East go, a lot of competition over there. You got Frank who been to the playoffs, seemed like every other season except for recently. But he did just lose his quarterback along with some other key pieces. So I don't care what nobody say. Anytime you come in with a new quarterback, you got to figure out what they can do because when you start running sims, you would notice that quarterback can or can't do some things that your other previous quarterback could. And it seems like it's plug and play, but I promise you it ain't. Just like I learned with the Hands brothers real quick that Connor and Ryan couldn't do a lot of the things that James and Donnie could. The same thing go with quarterbacks too. So that's tough over there. He got to put that together. And then you got, season 14 champion Atlanta. They offense took a dip, but it's crazy because he's always been known for his offense, but his defense improved, but his offense dipped. And I talked to him. He kind of explained some things to me as to why he think that might be the case. So we'll see what's up with that. Florida, like I said, lost Ben Jackson, the OC. So either Art gonna do both sides of the ball, or Mighty might do the offense. We'll see what's up with that. And finally, you got who was that damn fourth team, man? Who was my damn? Hold on, let me look. The fourth team was Louisiana. My bad. Louisiana just won a division. They got a lot of picks this season, but they don't always come every season. So, despite the fact the playbook may change or stay the same, for the most part, the turnovers don't always follow you. So I don't know. That's going to be tough to watch too and monitor. So
the only other thing I'll give Atlanta is that they've retained most of their roster. I think they've only lost a second tight end, so
they lost their second tight
everything's
end.
still there.
They also lost they number 3 receiver too. I forget dude's name.
Oh yeah, Roosevelt.
Yeah, Roosevelt.
Yeah, fair point.
Ryan Roosevelt.
But they've still got Chisholm and Siege and BDG and Dynasty and whatever else are there, and Wooding.
Yeah, so I think for now, if you ask me today, because of the unknown with Florida's coaching staff, man, I don't know. Ooh, and then Jacksonville, not who their quarterback is, and having to figure him out. That they might take them some games to get that figured out. It's gonna be, I think, between maybe Atlanta and Louisiana. And Louisiana did lose their lead dog at receiver with B.E. Robo, so it's gonna take them a while to get that figured out. So it may come down to Atlanta and Louisiana. But I know over recent years, Louisiana has had Atlanta's number. So I'm going to get a slight edge to Louisiana for right now, but I don't know. I almost want to say don't count out Atlanta too. We moving? We moving. All right, y'all. Next up, we going to let's touch up on my division, the West. We had a little bit of moving over there. The West still has Vegas and us, the Scorpions, but they now have San Diego. And as close as LA is to us, they didn't keep us in that division too. So in the West, it's going to be Denver, Vegas, us, and San Diego. Who y'all see coming out on top as it stands today in the West?
I must say Arizona and Vegas are the two that battle that division out, honestly.
Yeah.
I think unless Vega coming back, I think their team is in kind of transitional period, in my opinion, but I think that's going to be Arizona and Las Vegas to fight it out.
Yeah,
I mean, even if Vega comes... Oh, go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, Vega's only going to be in an advisory position, I think. I think he's got someone. I don't know who it is, but I think... And I've got a hunch as to who it might be, but I'm obviously going to keep that to myself. But I think he's just going to be an advisor to whoever he brings in. That's the vibe that I get, I guess. But I'll give Vegas and Arizona the same thing. And I think I'll give Arizona the benefit of the doubt over the top. Just I think that the
That
people
Vegas
leading
defense, though, bro.
forward. Yeah, fair point. I just look, Vegas need a bit of consistency. Like they've just you never know what you're gonna get out of Vegas. They can definitely they can run up a score. They can hold a top offense to under 20 points. They can do it all. You just got to be a week to week thing. So look, I think it's one of those two teams unless Denver pulls it out of the fire. I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
If Vegas can manufacture at least like say 7 or 8 sort of performances like they did say against like Atlanta and whatnot last year, then the division should be theirs. But obviously the issue with Vegas has always been they've only ever been able to manage at most like 3 or 4 of those types of performances per season. And then they'll grind out an extra win or 2 out of the other pile. But if they can get 6, 7 games like that. Where they're just like they're holding teams down and they're running up the score on their end, then I got to give it to them. A lot of that's not the case with Arizona, and also if Vegas brings out those yellow uniforms again,
Oh God,
I will never give it to them. Never.
I'll say real quick, it's year 2 of what Eddie can do with those 2 receivers now. It's like I expect Eddie to kind of blow the top off of it now that he knows what he has in those receivers. So. It's going to be an interesting division over there in the West.
I think this is a good change of pace division for San Diego. I think this is Arizona's division to win.
I'm going to say this.
Let me put something out there completely off topic just because Dion's in the VC and someone mentioned bad uniforms. I'm going to say this with my chest because it's not usually something I'll do, but it needs to be said. Dion, those red uniforms that you played against us this season, can you tell me if they are going to be returning this season? Please, because I want to know which week they're being played so I intentionally don't watch the game.
Oh, wow.
I will say, before anyone tries to bite back at us about any bad uniforms we have officially retired the Pepsi Man uniforms. Those will not be returning after the disastrous event that was Pepsi Man Bowl 2.
Damn.
We'll be having some new...
God damn it. I was looking forward to Pepsi Man again.
No, I wasn't.
We'll have some new specialty uniforms. They'll be very fun. You're going to feel like an emo kid in 2006 again after you see one of ours. It'll be great.
Now I want Pepsi Man back even more.
You can't please anyone, can you?
No, you fucking can't.
Okay, I'm gonna say this about the West. Vegas, for whatever reason, has had my number. Whether it's been because of DJ getting hurt on in the first minute of the game or whatever the case may be. Our damn special teams unit taking their time, getting on the field to kick the game-winning field goal and time expire. For whatever reason, Vegas has had my number. And I play them twice next season based off last season's end-of-season record. So I got to get us ready for them. Denver, I know Jeremy put out an ad for a coach. And I don't know what he's doing over there. He hasn't made an announcement yet. And I don't know this one way or another, but I have a funny feeling that Chris Comasack may be coaching that team next season. I can't confirm it or not. I don't know what he's doing, if he's going back to Queen City or what. But I got a funny feeling that he may hire him. And if he doesn't, I think if he doesn't hire someone he feels is confident can, lead that team in terms of coaching, he may do it himself.
You're cutting that, Eddie.
Oh, my bad, fellas. If
I had no idea who you just said.
Oh.
The name just
I think he may bring back Chris Comasack I could be wrong.
Mm.
That's just my guess. If not him, he may coach himself, and I don't care what Denver salary cap is, as long as Jeremy is coaching that team, they are a threat regardless. Um, so keeping all that in mind, I wanted to spend some loyalty points on my receivers. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that, and it's gonna suck because I really wanted to do some things with them so I could open up my offense, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. So I'm gonna have to grind. But this division, depending on what Vega does, I think it's gonna be between obviously Vegas, us, and Denver because Vegas, they are always right there. They always either just get in or just miss it. So you gotta keep them in mind at all times. Jeremy, if he coaching that team, they going to the playoffs. I don't care what they roster looking like and how many people retired. If he coaching that team, look out. And then me, I'm still trying to figure out offense. But if I can get us back, even somewhere decent to close we was when Donnie and James was here, I know my defense gonna hold it down. And we just have to see how it shake out. But those three teams for sure. And hell, San Diego beat us a couple seasons ago, so I ain't counting them motherfuckers out either. I owe them something. So we'll see how that works out. But we gonna keep it moving, y'all. The Pacific Division. I ain't gonna waste y'all time. Are we all in agreement here?
Vancouver.
Now let's not forget, y'all. I know we all saying Vancouver and they finished 11-1. But they did lose Kendra. We don't know who they're getting, but I'm sure they're not going to have a problem recruiting based off the way that offense been playing the past few seasons.
Vancouver still.
But LA always plays them close.
They play them tough, but it's the other teams in that division that LA will lose to that'll keep Vancouver in the front.
Do you think do y'all think Andy was smiling ear to ear when he saw the division realignment? He's like, oh yeah, I'm going.
I was smiling for him. Shit, like at this point.
Andy loved the division realignment.
Of course he did.
I love to see a doggone Florida move back to Alaska and put him over there.
Please, please, God.
That's what's gonna prevent Vancouver from winning a division because they're gonna own that division for a while. I think.
Ray said, "Don't sleep on LA. They're gonna be different this season."
Yeah, but I don't doubt that LA will give them some go. But can they keep up with 11-1 Vancouver? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, y'all could win in 7 games or so. It's good, and y'all will make the playoffs. But can y'all keep up with 11-1, 10-2 Vancouver? That's the question.
I'll also add this about LA. They lost Robert Johnson, who was a power back. But in my opinion, the finesse back is the way to go. And they hit the jackpot when they went out there and practically stole the
Logan Jack.
Yeah, Logan Jack from Carolina. They got a cool relationship over there with Carolina, but I know Carolina is praying that LA is on their schedule when they took Logan Jack from them.
Oh, for sure.
Where Robert Johnson going?
Carolina.
That's a good question.
Stay tuned, bro.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We got 2 divisions left. The South did not change whatsoever. You got the Toros over there looking to get back to, was it season 15 they came into the league? They trying to get back to winning ways over 15. There. Yeah. You got Houston over there who just missed the playoffs. They was headed that way. Then the last 3 games they kind of slipped and just missed out. You got Lone Star who was just in the championship game. And then you got the season 9 champions, Ramos Lynn over there with Mexico City, who people forget he lost his number 1 receiver to London, and he had a 5'11" receiver playing the number 1, and he still got him to the playoffs. What y'all think gonna happen in the South?
First, next one. I really want to give it to Houston, just on the premises that I want to see some sort of storyline with the whole rebrand. They come in and they kick it. but I just can't take it off Ramos at the moment. I think it'll be like a win in it between these two teams that I can foresee. But with that said, I think both Houston and Mexico City are going to make the playoffs in this division. But I just think I've got to give it to Ramos on this instance. I think it has to be Mexico City.
If I think I know what's gonna happen in Houston this offseason, I'm gonna give Houston a slight edge over Lone Star.
Yeah, agreed.
I appreciate the love.
I think I'm gonna go with Lone Star in this division.
Oh, bad for you. It's such a glorious day. Goodness, you get on my nerves with that. My goodness. I gotta go with Houston on this one.
Let me just say it. It's a glorious day. It's a glorious Wednesday.
I mean,
Well, we know where you're going.
I'm gonna go.
Am I though?
I mean, DeMond is adding Mike St. Green over there next to him, so it's
Oh
like,
my God, bro.
woo, who got the talent to cover that? Ooh, Lord.
Yo,
yeah.
And look, they've got an open running back position with a wide open market. So
I'm gonna throw in this nugget, y'all. I'm gonna throw in this nugget. So Brad Jones is a free agent. He out of there.
There you go.
He was a game changer for them, and he walked out the door or released, whatever the case may be. Not my locker room, not my business. If they have coming over there, who I think they got coming over there, that brother got a lot of value. I want to know how much money they gonna keep in that man's pocket on his contract.
How much what?
How much they keeping?
How much of his contract they keeping? Because
I don't know.
Picturing him with Mike St. Green on one playing the Z and DeMond over there playing the X. Oh my God. You can't bring the safeties down because Mike St. Green and or D.R. Sim going over the top with that double move, with that damn post corner that he like to run. I keep going out. My bad, y'all.
Yeah,
you're going out.
Man, I swear I'm going to get rid of this mic next week. I promise you. But if they sign who I think they signing and they pay him the amount of money I think they're going to pay him, putting him with MSG and DR Sim is going to be a problem for any team.
Yeah.
I don't know if we signing Eddie, but we had plans to go to the draft.
I hear you.
You talk a good game, my guy.
Yeah, you talk a good game.
That just means MSG gonna have less targets because they all gonna go to DRCM.
What makes you think that?
You're gonna be the one.
Do it.
Adding Corey to that defensive backfield, man. Woof.
Man, that is scary. With him and Josh Rowe and whoever else, who's the really good linebacker you've got over there? I can't remember. God damn. Who's that?
Linebacker?
Who's that man? Yeah, you've got one really good linebacker.
He's gone with Seattle.
Oh, that's right. It was David Harrell.
Oh, David. Yeah, David and KT. I don't know where KT's going, but assuming
she's going the same.
I wonder where.
Yeah, she's going the same place.
Yeah, hey, DeMond.
I got a long story.
DeMond, Mike St. Green just said he retiring, man. Can you confirm or deny that report?
Yeah.
Let me go check my fax machine. I don't think I received that one yet. So.
Eddie got the fax to his house.
It might be.
Y'all, that South Division is wide open. Lone Star did lose Dave Axis and Adam what was his doggone name? Adam's last name, I can't remember. Sorry.
Adam
Williams.
Adam Williams, my bad. They did lose those two, but talking from some people, not in the know, but some other people, they already got those guys replaced. Can't wait to see who those people are. And man, the South, I think it's always going to be anybody's take. Just depends on who can get out to a head start. And if DeMond does what I think he's doing with that running back, if he pay him as much money as I think he's going to pay him, he's going to need that defense to step up depending on how much cap he spend on that side of the ball. So he gonna need that offense to score a lot of points, and I know he's accustomed to doing just that because he gonna catch at least 2 or 3 post corners every damn game, which gonna lead to about a touchdown or 2. So if his defense can just be mediocre, he gonna be all right. I'm never counting out Ramos, man. That man never missed the playoffs for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, you can't ever count him out.
Can't count him out. LSG was just in a championship game, for Christ's sake. So, man, y'all division stacked, bro. And then Fort Worth, they've been struggling the past few seasons, and I don't care what nobody say. This is about to be their 4th quarterback. I think they about to pick up. So they gotta get him acclimated. And like I was just talking about with another team. You got to figure out what that quarterback can and can't do. So that's going to take some time. So they're going to have to find a way to, stay afloat and stay in the race until they can get comfortable with that quarterback, whoever he or she may be. And if they can do that, they can contend too, because we've seen them do it before. We've seen that same coaching staff contend when they were in Queen City. So who knows, man? The South is always wide open, dog.
Yeah.
Last but not least, y'all, we're going to move on to the damn Atlantic, the Baltimore.
Come on, let's talk about it. Come on.
Harish must have pissed Cam off somewhere because Harish, rest in peace, bro, because he over there with the DC Dragons, who won, I think, 7 games last season.
Welcome to Death Row.
Welcome to Death Row, bro.
It's the Piper Perry meme in SFL division form.
Yeah,
all
man.
3 of those defenses is good.
Yeah. So
all 3.
DC won 7 games last season. Charleston won the division. Baltimore only lost 2 games, including yours truly. And they went on to win the doggone championship. So I don't know who Harish pissed off or what, but Cam was sitting there like, oh, okay. Harish don't like me, okay. He looked at the doggone map and said, I'm about to put him over here and put him in Murderer's Row. But the good news is Carolina last season hired Shan as our offensive coordinator. They scored like 30-something points a game down there every game. They was putting up, they finished the season like 30-something points a game. So their offense is cool. They just got to find a way to get that defense together and get some consistency out of that to be able to contend. But DC, they lost their number 1 wide receiver. Charleston got a lot of turnover, and you got Baltimore, who didn't lose no damn body, I don't think, and they the champs. What y'all see coming up out of this division? If everybody in agreement that Baltimore finishes first, who finishes second?
And on what Charleston brings in.
We're gonna bring in some absolute smash hits, and even though I understand y'all are gonna deny we're not gonna be the big boss again next year, we'll try to get Baltimore a run for their money. That's what I can guarantee. I can guarantee that. I put all that pressure on Jacob because I feel like it, and I'm just that good of a friend.
Damn.
I was gonna do a thing for a second where, you remember the Key and Peele, Obama anger translator sketch?
Yeah.
I was gonna have him be Obama and have me be the anger translator, but that just took way too much time to explain. So put us in second or whatever.
Great.
We're going with DC in second. Hope Carolina's last because I don't really care that Shan's back in the league after his bullshit.
Damn, Bob Funk is not pulling no punches tonight.
Carolina have the pieces. It's the only thing I'll say is that the pieces are there. It's just they're a defensive playbook away from really starting to put something on teams. But they're just affectionately known as the unluckiest team in the SFL, and this realignment again shows that is still the case.
I'm just saying Shan should never have been allowed back. Fuck Carolina since he's there. I will never.
I'll say off the cuff, I've got no problem with Shan being back in the league.
Yeah, I have lots of problems with it. So
he went about it the right way, and I have no issue.
That's a story for another day, fellas.
It is.
I'm gonna go with. I don't know, DC, but depending on what Charleston got coming back. If Charleston can fill those voids that they lost and keep Quintez on the up and up, and have him constantly progressing and getting a full season out of him, I think Charleston can sneak up and smack Baltimore in the mouth once. But it all depends on what they bring it back. They did have a lot of turnover.
What about you, Demar?
That in 2 Mondays' time.
Who's coming in first? Second?
Yeah. If you have Baltimore coming in first, who you got coming in second?
Second, I want to say DC second. I'm tied right there between Charleston and DC. One, because Charleston has that defense they had last season, man, was just top notch. To be honest with you, but I think DC has the better run game. I love I love a good run game. But Charleston came on. They won over me last season. To be honest, coming down the end of the stretch, they started putting up some points up in the 30s. Airing it out, and it wasn't the Charleston that we saw before. Where they was basically trying to protect the football. They started airing it out downfield, especially in the playoffs in that first round. They put up some points. Shocked me versus Mexico City. But to answer the question, I'll take Charleston number 2.
Base.
That's a good response.
So I'm gonna assume Baltimore didn't lose anyone. Everyone is coming back. Coaches coming back, players coming back. The only person they lost was their punter, and that's because he was an owner player. And they're looking to replace him with either another punter or an offensive lineman. I don't know what the hell recipe they figured out over there, but ever since T-Pat started doing the offense, they were already a good team, but T-Pat made them a great team and took them to a whole nother level. So until someone can figure out that sauce, I got Baltimore winning the division. That said, as Jacob has already alluded to, if things hold to form, they won't lose. They will not be drafting a player because they got free agents filling in every last spot that they lost to retirement or free agency. If that holds true, DC lost their number one receiver. I don't know who all else they lost, but I know they lost their number one receiver. He's out of there. But their OC is still there. And I think, in my opinion, Stephen Mullinex is one of the best offensive coaches in this entire league. I've seen him win, several games, airing the ball out like he Vancouver. I've seen him this season go with a heavy run game. So he can do it all. So you can never count them out. Where I'm worried about DC, well, first of all, Kanye was their defensive coordinator. But they,
for whatever that's worth.
First of all, they let him go, and second of all, fuck Kanye and anybody who's staying with that motherfucker. 'Cause I can't stand his bitch ass for lying on my name not once but twice. I forgave him the first time. Right there. I forgave him the first time. I forgave him the first time he lied on my name in the locker room. Then he lied on my name at the beginning of this season, trying to con DC into re-sign them. Motherfucker, I ain't want your bitch ass back here in the first place. And if you ain't listening, I hope somebody tell him, bro, bring your ass to Vegas. We can squash that shit out.
Eddie cutting out the wrong time.
I'm sorry, bro.
You can't even say it with your chest. It sounds like you got the hiccups or some shit.
Man, I know. I gotta get rid of this.
No, it's the fucking FBI. They just don't want to. Yeah. They don't want it known.
But like I was saying, fuck Kanye and whoever ride with him, fuck you too, because that bitch lied on my ass not once but twice. So if you come to Vegas, you know where I'm at, bro. Come holler at me. I can't stand that motherfucker, and I swear I'll slap the shit out of his ass if I saw him right now. But I'm gonna move on from that.
Best show ever, bro. Best show ever.
Where's the Vaseline?
We'll sign him now.
But
this is definitely the best show ever.
But I all that said, I'm not trying to make this about Kanye. But man, that division, second place, I don't know who all Charleston signing, but that's a lot of pieces to fill. So until I see that, but DC got questions too, because I don't know who doing that defense. So that's another problem. But he wasn't that good anyway, because I heard about the playbook he was putting in there, and they was like, no, this you can't put this in.
Eddie,
you can't put this in. You ain't putting that in. So I ain't giving him no love over there, no credit for that damn defense, because I know what went on behind the scenes. So fuck him and that defense. But I don't know. It's just a lot of questions to answer. If I had to put a finger on it right now, let me look at this shit again, man. I'm sorry, y'all. What I do with them? Here you go, right here. If I gotta look at it for second place,
Eddie, I can make it easier for you.
How?
Pick the team that was the big boss of the division last year.
But y'all,
just go with that.
But y'all lost a lot of players.
It's not that hard.
That's a lot of players to get reacclimated, man. That's the only reason I'm having a hard time picking y'all.
Look, you're making it more complicated on yourself than it needs to be.
I am,
man. All right.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say, and Doyle trying to come up in here. I'm trying to wrap up with the show, and now here comes Doyle trying to jump in here. But
I'll let Doyle in.
But
we'll never end the show then.
Yeah, exactly. But see, on one hand you got Charleston, who got a lot of pieces, and on the other hand you got DC, who don't have a coach. So I'm gonna ride with Charleston for now, but that can flip at any damn time.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say Charleston.
Woo! My
Well done,
convincing
Eddie.
skills worked. The power of negotiation. What can I tell you?
Yo, I don't know what the hell Doyle got to say, but bro, we got too many people.
It's a
in
win
here,
for
so
Jacob.
It won't let me beam you up here for whatever reason. Oh, there you go, right there. Doyle, we trying to wrap this show up, man. So whatever you got to say, bro, put it. Don't. We ain't got time.
2 minutes.
We ain't got time for you to pull a Dwayne, bro. Get it out your chest.
Doyle.
2 minutes.
2 minutes, bro. What's up?
All I gotta say is my say it with your chest moment is if you complain about going deep in the playoffs, you should not be going deep in the playoffs. Like honestly, because like going deep in the playoffs, it sucks. We had to go to the championship 2 years in a row. If you lose somebody, you basically have to draft somebody. I get it, but you should not be complaining and wanting things to change just because all of a sudden now it affects you.
Who complaining?
He's talking about Andy.
Oh.
Oh shit!
You know what?
I didn't even realize
Okay,
that.
so okay, I'm gonna touch on that. I was gonna touch on that last week, but I decided not to. But I'll say this: that's what your GM is for, bro. I know you over there coaching, but get your GM out there recruiting. You know,
Yeah, but he lost his assistant GM.
that's that. Hey, bro, you got to do what you got to do. You can't cry over that, man. You got to get your GM and say, hey, man, these guys.
Oh,
out
his
here
assistant GM was his best fucking receiver.
Well, I'm talking about his GM. I understand. So who was his GM? Was it Percoco?
Percoco's GM and Kendra was assistant.
Right.
Kendra fucking left.
So how Percoco pay what he weigh? You want to be GM and coach, bro? While you running them Sims, you need to be on the phone and multitask.
You need to be DMing.
Yeah, you need to be in people DMs while you sitting there watching that Sim. So yeah, I'm
Well,
with
this
you on
is
that.
why.
We dogs out here. We dogs out here, dog.
Yeah, these people out here recruiting in week 4, man. It's crazy out here, man.
Hey,
Week 1. While y'all at the convention, I'm in inboxes, baby.
Hey.
I was hit up before the season started this year.
I heard at one point, you didn't hear this from me, but I heard at one point Johnny was seeking out other services while he was on somebody's team. No, while he was a player. He was out there recruiting to be playing for another team as early as week 5. So,
Well, I mean,
Multiple.
Johnny be doing Johnny things.
But yeah, you gotta get out here early, man. I don't care if you make it a championship every damn year, dude. You gotta get out there and recruit, because you best believe while you out there running Sims, somebody else recruiting. You can't be mad at nobody but yourself for not taking advantage of that opportunity. You gotta get out there.
I'm just saying, people be starting recruiting fucking early. If you ain't starting early in the season, going to the next season, you're behind.
I usually start around week 10, but I'm keep messing around with y'all. I'm gonna start around week 8.
Yeah, well,
I mean, shit.
I'm in people. I'm in people
You're
ill
10
when the
weeks
season
behind.
starts.
Bye, y'all. Listen, I appreciate everybody coming on, but we gotta wrap this up because we over 3 hours now. I'm freaking hungry.
Best show ever.
No, definitely best show ever.
I appreciate it, but man, that dude just said I seen people around week 6 recruiting. Yeah, that's for sure. But yo, I want to appreciate everybody for coming on. All my guests who came on: Dion, Bob, BJ, Doyle, Sam, Jack, Jacob, and everybody else who came. I forget the dude who bounced, but anyway, everybody who came on, I appreciate y'all for sticking around. Damn, we over 3 hours. I think this is probably the longest show ever. I think. But
it's definitely your longest show.
But Bob, I got to get you back in here, bro. I got to get your work schedule, bro, because I want to do stuff like this all season, man. And I gotta. I don't need you necessarily drinking,
we
bro.
can work this out.
Yeah,
we can work this out.
We gotta work something out, bro. Because man, when I say with your chest, I get people in here and they say, man, I have people DM me coming on the show. They like, yeah, I want to talk about this, and this, and then the show start. And all of a sudden, they only talk about A and B, but everything they want to get off their chest, all of a sudden they get political. So
hey, Eddie, how was our conversation? What did I say when I get off my chest?
You was
nothing.
Good. You was good.
What did
bro.
I fucking do tonight? I got everything off my chest.
Hey, along with whatever it is you drinking over there too. But
hey, I need some of that Friday night.
For real. But
Bob, this show isn't your SFL therapy session.
But yo, I appreciate everybody coming on, all the guests, all the listeners for hanging out with me 3 hours and freaking 15 minutes. I keep trying to condense these shows and they keep getting longer and longer. Maybe I need to just bring on less guests and just go straight to the save.
Pause.
Yes, indeed. But yo, I appreciate everybody coming on. I need to just bring on less guests and just get straight to the meat and potatoes of the show, and hopefully I can get it wrapped up in a reasonable amount of time. Ray, you wasn't going to bed no way. You stay up half the night, so I don't know why you complain because you never sleep. But yo, appreciate everybody coming on. Until next time, I got to check out my schedule for next week, but I'll let y'all know what's up. If y'all got any show ideas, hit me up, get my DMs, pause, and let me know what y'all want to talk about. But until then, y'all, thanks for coming. Good night, and drive home safe, y'all. And I'm out. Peace.